And so, good evening, folks. Welcome this evening to BKS TV and welcome to the Hit Our program here on BKS TV. On the Hit Our, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullet. Today, we're coming very late, a little bit late, let me say that. We've had some changes in our time. Our folks from the US experienced the drop in time recently. Therefore, we had to adjust to the schedule or to the time in order for them to be a part of the show. So this coming around will be appearing at 9 o'clock Liberia time, 11 o'clock East African time, and that of 3 o'clock USA time. So, folks, welcome this evening to the show. Our guest tonight will be Representative Koto Kwagru of Electoral District 5, Nima County. On our Kwagru replaced Honorable Samuel Gongme Koga. And since his election, since his certification, he has been really, really outspoken in the House of Representatives. And I mean, many people are shocked. A lot of people are shocked as to how Honorable Koto is maneuvering his way through the 55th legislature. We're going to be asking him, how is it with him there, coming from the field of engineering, knowing a little nothing about politics, and now taking over the entire 55th national legislature. How is he doing it? So he will be answering all of those questions to us and laying down his plans for the district in the coming months or years. When will he be going back to the district? On our quarter, we've been following his legacy in the district for a couple of times now. You will also be
Is there
speaking
any
on.
way to increase your volumes more? I don't know.
Tiki, am I okay?
Yeah.
Am I okay now?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, great. So once again, folks, welcome. We are a bit late on today, but again, welcome to the show. Let's hear you, Shadrach, what's on your mind in 30 seconds, and after you go to TK, we'll bring on our quarter on. Shadrach, are you there? TK, welcome. Let's hear you, what's on your mind in 30 seconds, and let's bring the guests on.
Jim Madara in here, so that get to the next person.
Thank you. And so let's welcome to the show, Vic Sealing, Honorable Koto Songwe Kwagru, representative of Electoral District 5, Nima County. Honorable Kwagru, good evening, welcome to BKS TV this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Good evening, brother, and good evening to all those who falling on. Again, I'm okay by the grace of God.
It's great having you on the show here this evening. I mean, it was a tough battle in Electoral District 5, and God could have it. You came up victorious. Tell us, how is it like with you since you got elected or certificate as representative of Electoral District 5? How the tax been like for you as a representative?
Well, let me say thank God. Everything is okay by the grace of God. We are trying to be good, and things is okay.
That's great. Once again, welcome to the show this evening, Honorable. This show has been really on Voice of BKS in Butu Town, Nima County, and also on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County. Welcome to the show this evening, Honorable Kwagru. Now, let's take you to your recent activities in the House. There was this bill proffered on the floor, and you had unreadiness on that bill, and I think it was a communication. Yes, you had an unreadiness on that communication that has to do with banning traditional practices in Liberia, and that communication came from the executive. Tell us, why did you have unreadiness on that particular communication from the executive?
Well, thank you very much. This country, we are a country with tradition, and we all came from the tradition district. And Liberia itself have our own cultures, and as such, as a representative who representing people from the interior, if a bill come to ban harmful practice my unrelentless on our communications was to give her a time that we go through all of these documents and know among these cultures which one is harmful. And to do that, we also have to be given a time to go to our district to ask the people if this identical practice is harmful, to make them understand the negative impact linking to these harmful cultures. If we have that time to convince our people, maybe it got health issues or related to whatsoever it is, we know very well that we are the verse of the verseless. We speak for Marxists. We don't speak for ourselves. So I was telling the speaker, I'll be willing to vote if there is a time given to every lawmaker of the 73 district to read all of these documents and know which one is harmful, at what point it becomes harmful, to also take it to our people and explain it to them. I think that would be the best thing we would do for our people. That was what I said. I'll be willing to vote if these terms is given to us by the executive and the member that we all get to our various district. And before even going to the district, we need to go through the document and know which one is harmful and why it become harmful at this time. That was what I said.
And now I saw a communication that there have been a committee set aside to review that communication, and pretty soon it will be acted into law. Do you think your unreadiness will be taken into consideration, and have you gotten back to your district people about this information?
Yes, the thing is, the legislature worked through committee.
Mhm.
One communications come to us, the first reading. After the first reading, they had to send it to the committee, the rifle committee. And there'll be a second reading before we debate it. What you saw doing it on the floor was just on Relinet, but once the communications come to the floor for the first reading, you have to go to the committee room. That is our rule. We go to the committee room, and a committee that responsible for this identical communications or bill review it and bring it back to the floor, and there will be a second reading before open up for debate. So that is our rule. And not to say yes or no, but that is the rule. Any communications or bill come, it must first be sent to the committee room to come back to the floor for second reading before debate. So in order because you are going to committee room or leader, no, it is a rule of the building.
Great. Now, taking you to Booyah District. During the election, there were so many campaign promises to the people of Electoral District 5. Now that the election is over, you are now certificated as the representative of Electoral District 5. What are plans from your office for the people of Electoral District 5?
Well, the first thing is, I should go back in a district to tell the people thank you first. But
Mhm.
again, when I was certificated, immediately sections open, and you can leave the sections because obviously when I go in the district, I had to spend like 2 weeks, and I can't leave sections for 2 weeks. There's a roll call. Mobisa, this identical opening is a critical opening to discuss critical issue. In the same vein, we will discuss the budget. So you can't turn your back on all of these things to go to the district to tell people thank you. So we spoke with the people of the district that hopefully December, once sessions is closed, we went back to the district. And when we go to the district, we will go exactly by our campaign messages we gave the people. Our first priority in the district is the rural connectivity. Because I can tell you for free, my district, Booyah, it's a blessed district. When it comes to soils, we have the best soils for agriculture. And my districts produce 40 to 60% of the cocoa in Liberia. And even the plantain, the arrow, the yam, my districts have opportunities to that. So to give energies to those farmers is to connect them with roads. So I deem it necessary that my first priority should be the road. So the first dry season, I'll have to look at the road first. But in that same vein, there'll be some little development we will be touching. But our first target for the development in the district is the road, because I remember doing a campaign. That was the request from the people. That was the request from the people. And what we did in the campaign, it is not construction of road. Let me be clear. Because when it comes to road building, there are phases of road building. You have the alpha pavement, which is the quota in a common saying in Liberia. Then you have a grading of the road. They have rehabilitations of road. They have interventions. So what we all did was just a political intervention. That was not building of the road. To build a road, you need to have excavator, you need to have compactor, you need to have dozer, you need to have motor grader. That when even this road is built, you need compactor to compact it. You need to have the means to build covers or bridges. So we sitting now as a leader of the district, we don't need to be involved with a campaign or movement where you tell people, say, I'll build road. 2 days time, you can just create a road from Biaratu to Biple within a 1 or 2 days time. No, we say no to that, because I saw something and I believe that we need to stop it. Because if you have to go argue among police in terms of road, people will say, look, during the campaign, you build too many roads, why they you get road. So the art of political road, we need to put stop to that and build real road. In a sense that other will not be doing a debate on the floor that the people already got rules. So myself, in my administrations, I have to set a criteria of building roads. If you are opponents or you are NGOs or you are a good citizen who want to build road for all again, you should follow those rules. Be willing to go by public works standard. That if you want to help grade this road, at least you have a permission from public work. Let it give you the standard of the road. That you will not just do the road after 2-3 months, then we talk about building road again. Let have the public works standard that when you do this road, at least they take the people for 1 or 2 years before another intervention. So I work in a government now, will not be doing political thing. I have to study the road, and even if I'm to start with any road, I should involve public work, the county resident engineer, that they all be involved with this road, that at least when we are done with it, let's take our people for 1 or 2 years. That is what I think is necessary to do.
Thank you. Now, taking you to the issue of reconciliation. After election, many people call for reconciliation. You were declared winner by the National Election Commission of Liberia. Are there any plans from your office and your team to reconcile the district?
100%, I started already. The first thing I took the radio and I spoke to them and I said, in elections time, there can be some for and against. So I called on the radio that all of those chief and elders who are in their position, nobody will tempt with them. Everybody will remain in their positions and I work with them, because we try to misuse power in Liberia, which is not necessary. You got 3 separated branches of government in Liberia: the legislative branch, the judiciary, and executive. Now, the town chief, the zone chief, the paramount chief, the quarter chief, they all fall directly under the executive, which means the superintendent of the district, in line with the county inspectors, are responsible and they know who are those they will work with. You can come as a representative immediately. You want to use the power for the legislature to change people from their position. That is overuse of power. That's misusing of power. So I spoke to them. I said, whether you were against me in the election, that was your constitutional right. Because in elections, whether in the United States or everywhere, everybody have their interest. To defend your side does not make you enemy. To defend your side is a constitutional right. So whether you defend your side against me whether by using words against me, I forgave it. And for those of you too that follower of mine use words against you and you have problem with that, or even myself, let bygone be bygone. But in December, while doing the content thanking tour, we have all of these programs in a Puebla while the development is moving. And apart from that, I've been calling those who are feeling in the oppositions in the district, because it's not possible that Qatar succeed in leadership when you have good men and women who still believe that Qatar is not working in their Puebla. So in that case, I need to reconcile and even not see myself now as my own feeling, whether I'm hurt or not. I have to see myself now as the properties foundation number 5. My own feeling cannot override the decision. My own belief or my own human feeling for what somebody has done against me before cannot override the decision. As a leader, if you don't want for nobody to use words against you, you have to either be your business or you be the farmer. The fact that you are vowed to come to the public space to work for the public, accept words that they use against you, because you are the public figure. So I spoke to many people, those who are not even expecting me to call them. I call them on a daily basis and we are moving on. Thank you.
Thank you. This will be my last question in the first round, and then we'll go to the rest of the panelists. Let's welcome to the show my friend and brother, Siawete Zoget Tua, Mr. Shadrach Thomas Duki Sr., and Afonso Wongbo, and big brother DK Way. Afonso, you and Aga, we have a talk after the show. Now, during the election, you were heavily supported by young people of the district from every clans and chiefdom, and they believe in you that you will liberate them in so many ways. Now, what are plans from your office to build their human capacity in the near future?
Thank you very much. The first thing, the young people supported me across Nimba. Even those who were in District 6, District 7, District 8, who do not have the voting right there, were also supporting me on the radio, on the Facebook, I mean everywhere. So I told myself, if I go wrong, for young people to enter this building will be challenging, because people will say the young people can do well. If I do well, I will give rise to many young people, not just in Nema, in other counties. I can be the role model. In that case, knowing for the well that the country today depends on the young people for future, and we are charged with the responsibility as a leader. We have to help some of them with education, help some of them who do not even have the means to go to school, and because of their age, anything they want us to help them with, even if we can't afford all, let's be able to walk in that direction. More besides, even they tell us something that is bigger than us and we can't afford, there should be a way we talk to them that they will understand and give us the time that we can do this thing for them. Because I said it before in my campaign, I said leaders are like a mother cow. The baby cows are those who want to be leader. They are practicing the way their mother chew. Now, when I was speaking in that time, I was a baby cow. But what I'm in now, I joined the mother cow. So I should also be the one to pave way for young people, not just in my district, but across Nema and even in Liberia. So I have the plan to work with the young people, make sure even in my district, there are some work I need to do with the young people in terms of uniting them, telling them the importance of themselves, telling them the negative impact of violence, to see how we can be safer in our approach, how we can be safer in our moving. So too many programs I will bring, but you can't say all unless these things come to pass.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Folks, if you guys joining us this evening, you are listening to the HITAL program here on BKS TV. On the HITAL, we say dialogue and not confrontation. We say words and not bullets. In today's edition of the show, we're hosting Honorable Koto Selmwe Kwagu, the representative of Electoral District 5, Nima County. DK, welcome to the show this evening. On the first round, you can ask your 3 questions, and after you will go to Shadrach to Siawete to Afonso, Wumba, the co-host.
Hey, welcome, comrade leader, Honorable Koto Sengbe. You hearing me better?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank
Why
you.
are you
Thank
saying
you.
comrade leader? You leader?
I say he's my comrade, but he's leader now, so I give him all the time.
Whoa. To me, you're saying
Honorable
comrade leader because you leader.
Honorable Deputy at the Prime Minister of Buyao. Welcome, welcome, Gian. Don't
Thank
fool
you.
me here. Koto is my very good friend for many years. So when Koto and myself were in the jungle, you were say a baby. So so welcome.
Thank you.
I know one of your supporters who happen to be one of my big brother lost his life unfortunately recently. After your victory, when you spent all the time in Monrovia with you, unfortunately, when you went home, you met the untimely death. And so our time was bereaved. But I didn't see your presence in Yale. Was there any issue?
Okay, anyway, DK, it's just a matter of we are on social media, but you just dragging me to situations, but issue as such, you are called me directly on my telephone. Because for me to explain this thing, I'm compared to do so. If I don't do so, you probably look at me. The Bibra was one of the greatest men who ever moved with me. In terms of advice, in terms of everything, I regret his death. He was with me, he was my advisor. When he left, he went there, he passed. When he passed, it was the time that I was just in the court. He passed the same day I was certificated. I told the family, because I just got certificated, tell me what all I can do. They said to move the big brother to Yale is 800 US. And the everything I said I will send 2,000 USD because I will not be there. I sent my language Jeep. I sent Amos them. I get a 2,000 out to Amos and I send it with message. 1,000 is to his burial because they needed 800 and I thought people need to come and eat. Then the 1,000 is to the madam directly. Because Brother Ben was not just an ordinary supporter to me, but he was my advisor, he was my everything. The family agreed and they appreciated, and all of the Tinkota moved to Yale and spent the rest of the 3 days there. Even the last day, they came in heaven number. It was all done by my idea. So we move with the people in every direction. The first thing you should have done was to ask the people, why was Qatar intervention? Or you call me directly, Qatar, why is it that the people you didn't go there? But everything I went over there, I took every responsibility and I concluded to the burial because it's my son, brother. Thank you.
So, Honorable, I'm sorry if my question may have been misinterpreted. I just asked for your presence. Thus, I didn't mean any harm, like, oh, you didn't play any meaningful role. I didn't have the necessary information concerning the burial, but I was just asking for your presence, nothing else. So if you misunderstood, I'm sorry, bossman. You know you are a leader for order. Also, if I say
No,
something,
no, not really, not really. The only thing I said is that to explain his death on the media was the wrong thing,
oh
but it
yes,
didn't,
so
I
said,
didn't
oh yes.
misunderstand it. But if you call me my telephone, if you cut off, what happened? We just say the brothers. But I understand.
Thank you. Sorry for that, bossman. Maybe if you are presenting a better way, but I'm sorry once again, bossman. Thankfully, you are
Thank you.
leader for us now. And anywhere we storm our toes, you will be there to guide us. So thank you.
Thank you.
I know your elections were heavily contested for. There were candidates who had disagreement, others even went to court. Have there been any in-person meeting reaching out to them, at least so that our districts and all of you who are leaders of our county and our district will come together to work for the betterment of Buyao? Have you initiated any meeting, whether it was one-on-one with the person who took you to court or with the person who had disagreement from the onset of the elections, the person who came second to you? Anything that you think you are doing in the back that you think the public need to know, or citizens of Booyah who are outside of Booyah can just get to know some intervention we are doing in our district?
Yes, Honorable Barry and myself, we are cool. Every time he come to Monrovia, he call me. I said by myself, I call him. Or Meko Augusta and myself, we are cool. And Meko and I have come from the vice president block, so we are cool. On our April Cup with myself, we are cool. I mean everything. The only person I'm not call is on a Monday Wingwing. Which there's a reason for which I refuse. I didn't call her. On ground that because we are all human beings. We came from the same district. Why it's even correct that in politics, everybody want to win. Let's look at the reality. Madi won elections with all across the district. The first election between Okoga, myself, Madi. Madi got 25 votes across the district. The 25 votes you got across the district was all what we got 2023. And I got 5,081 votes. Then we went to the by-election. I will got 5,081 votes 2023. My vote dropped to 4,790. She who get 25, her vote dropped to 20. When it comes to the calculation, I think my vote dropped more than her vote. From 5,000 to 4,000. Now, she got 20 votes. The person who came next to me was Honor Barrier. She who had 20 votes. Even Honor Bokwa Meame, who registered and later withdraw from the rate 1 week to the election, has 70 some more votes. Nobody took Bokwa vote, it was protected. Then you took me to court. When you took me to court, the first time I tried to call her, she started writing.
Bossman, sorry, I didn't get that. You said Bokwa declined? Or I was
Yes, Bokwa declined 1 week to the election. 1 week to the election, Bokwa declined. But yet he got 70 some more votes. Now, when the issue came on, I thought it was not a serious case because somebody who got 20 votes to take you to court. So I thought I wanted to play call. She started writing on Facebook how we targeting her, all kind of beating, accusing her for what we don't even know about. Now, I thought a while I look, and Marty actually delayed me. I went to court, spending unnecessary money, which I was not even deciding to spend, for 20 votes. We went to Spanish College, they decided to the Senate out. She took it to Board of Commissioner, they decided to the Senate out. She took it to Supreme Court. Even the day they decided the case, she tried to write all kind of thing through somebody on social media. As such, I thought it was to give us more space, yet, because I don't know her intention. But apart from that, all of those who contested, they contested against me, I spoke to them every day. We are together in conversation, and everything is moving cool because Booyah is what we have. Nobody power can override Booyah. Only by unity, our power lasts. So I'm speaking to them, we are cool.
Thank you so much, DK. Shadrach, welcome. Let's hear your 2 questions if you have. If you don't have, you can make your import in 2 minutes, and after you go to Alfonso.
Okay, so I want to say thank you to our studio guest, and I admire him. I must admit, I have not met him in person, neither do I know him. But I was so impressed when I heard that he was elected, because
Thank you.
I'm one of those that believe in the empowerment of young people, because I believe that the young man comes with vision. And vision is the picture of what we have to do tomorrow, our tomorrow we see today. And what you see is what you get propelled to work and achieve. So I've not followed him for a while, but for the short time he spent in the house, he's illustrious. He's great. I think he's the type of young people we need. Uh, he's the type that knows how to find his way in and out. He understands human relationship. In less than a year in the house, I can see his working ability. I can see his interaction with other people. And I think he's the type that will learn very fast. And in few years, he's the leader we can count on. But I just got a few questions for him. So, Honorable, you spoke of reconciliation. You gave a parable that you have now transcended from a baby cow to a mother cow. And Chinua Achebe said the child that washes his hand clean is eligible to eat with the elders. So now you are eating with our elders. So we expect you and them to have the same thinking, the same behavior, on the same pedigree. Now, on the issue of reconciliation, we noticed that since this gone election up to present, or since your ascendancy to the house, there has been some little discrepancy, misunderstanding, disenchantment between Honorable Koga and our Excellency VP Kun, who equally heavily support you. On some of the occasions, our elders came to Nimba, and Honorable Koga weren't very satisfied with how the process of reconciliation went. He felt he was overlooked and so forth. And as of present, the feast of Senator Johnson is coming, and Okoka still feels that he has not been properly respected, he has not been contacted. And Okoka also feels that he has been mesmerized, he has been overlooked, and he has been disconnected when it comes to most of the activity in terms of reaching out regarding NIMA's activity. What has been your individual role in amicably solving the issue between the two leaders of NIMA?
Okay, thank you, Shadra. Thank you for the question. I heard you said there have been rock and roll between Koga, Senator Koga, and the Vice President Kun. In my mind, there is no rock and roll. But what did I mean? Koga has some dissatisfaction. And the VP has not made public statement that I have problem with Koga. Never. Even on a VOG, he said when election is today, he will vote Koga. When election come 100 times today, he will vote Koga. The VP are not express any dissatisfactions or neither argue with Honorable Koga on a social media or on radio. No. It is Honorable Koga who has dissatisfaction. Now, I keep my own intervention you asked for. Before I go to that, the dissatisfactions that Koga had public somewhere from me. The same show I'm on today. I agreed that 2023, I went against Honorable Koga and I came second to Honorable Koga. And in politics, there can be some word exchange. After elections, when Honorable Koga wanted to go elections again, yeah, I said no, Honorable. I know for the word that when you go to Senate, I'll be the next person to you. But at this time, we have different parts in the group, but two majors, Nigio and Manu. Let's try to put Yan in our space. The one that Senator Johnson had, it belongs to us. So for that reason, I will support Yan, and I supported Yan. When Okoga have it against me. When Okoga elections were coming, I was the first person who stood tall that I would support on Okoga. I was the first person who even went to the vice president I would support Okoga. He accepted. When Okoga called us to Captain Berry to ask for his support, our support. He even told all that I'm a leader. For anywhere I go wrong, I'm sorry. You come and support me. We funded the They are former candidates unions to support Koga in Buya. All of us were into it together. Now, after Koga got elected, I went to Koga office. I kneel down to his own room. For the reason that you felt disenchanted for me, I'm sorry. He said, "My speaking, I forgave you." When I left, I went to my house. 3 days later, somebody called me and said, "Koga does not support, and I here forgave you." Koga just said it, but he not forgave you yet. I said, "That's true." He said, "Yes." I went to the MJR women. All of the cheerleaders, some were from Bonkante, some were from Bapolu. We came together. I went with them to the Koga office for the second time. They presented me to the Koga and said, "This is your little brother, forgive him." Koga said, "Oh, I forgave him." Another 5 days later, I heard that Koga still have problem with me. I drove with 5% on a Koga horse. Luckily for me, over 200 young people who supported Koga were present. I said, "Chief, I come to you. I your little brother. For any reason that you have this feeling, this is my third time. Forgive me. If call me to lie down, you beat me, I will lie down because you are our senator and I'm about to be the representative. That time you will be strong. When I who coming for your district working in line with you, you will be very strong." He said, "My begin, I forgave you." I asked him, I said, "Honorable, I'm about to print my flyer. Can I use your photo?" He said, "Yes, I will use." But before then, I never knew that he had Honorable Mekwa to put on the ticket. He brought Honorable Mekwa, and finally, I won the primary. So when I finished asking Honorable Koga for permission and I used a photo on the flyer, the next few days I saw Honorable Mekwa printed the same flyer with the same photo. I called him. I don't know, I don't understand it. He said, "My man, if I can use my photo, I wish of course I finished paying for it, I can withdraw it." I left it. Went to the elections. Onokoga came to BOBB play campaigning against me. I didn't say anything. He entered Butuo. I didn't say anything. When I won the election, the first number I dialed before God and
Wait,
man is
wait.
Onokoga.
Honorable Carter, I beg you, let me ask you. Did you say Honorable Koga came in beaming play and Butu and campaign against you?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So let me continue. So when
Okay,
I
go ahead.
won the election, the first person I called was Onokoga. I don't know I won, but trust me, use me any way you want to use me. At your picking. I drove to a farm. I check here. I don't know. Please, the election, your election, are you millions of dollars to campaign for you? But he did not give me a $5. Please give me $50 today. He took $50 and gave it to me. I said, "Thank you." I called him for the second. I don't know. They see where I'm working with the vice president. I will work with you in any of your projects in Nema. Trust me. If you and Marseille United, Booyah will be at peace. You got almost 50% of the people in Booyah supporting you. Some are supporting me, some are supporting other people. You are the umbrella that over all of them. Now, what got me a little bit careful now is this. Onokua took your show after the election. He explained a dissatisfaction because our opportunity to get a ticket and somebody he brought does not get a ticket. I said, "What? Why were they senior senator with all trust after election? You don't need to touch the thing again." So that's what the thing started. Now, it all started because he said he wanted for Kun to agree to support a God, and Kun destined the election, and I won the election, so he feel very respected because Kun should have gone his way. So it was because of me. Now, the few days, I drove to Onokoga office. I said, "Chief," after he said all those things on radio, I drove to the office. I think hey, people posted the photo. I said, "Chief,
I saw
are your picking?
I saw the photo.
Are your picking? Why it says that you keep talking that in the air? What's the problem? We can solve it in the house. You are our senator. Nipa must settle down. He will need to come together." He said, "Akoto, what I want is your make me MDR or political leader and give me the cocoa chair." I said, "Thank you." That is an easier thing. But it can only be done when you take your big brother shape and bring over your umbrella. How long will it take? I will do these things. But when you destined for all entire firing, you will get all afraid. So that suggestion is not a bad thing. As for me, I say, you don't be doing anything here. I'm not dreaming to be covered here. I'm not dreaming to be political leader because I am still a freshman to politics in Liberia. I can grow faster than my head. If I am to be political leader, it should take me at least 10, 15 years or 5 years. So I don't have interest in those things. All you need to do is on Okoga, call all on table. He said, no, I can call a meeting. You people can call a meeting. I said, okay. With everything he told me, I will work on it. The nephew there, I heard on Okoga again on radio in Nima. So I got confused. But all in all, Onokoga is our senator. We respect him. Nima will settle down. Nobody is willing to open battle for Onokoga because we can't keep fighting among ourselves in Nima. We who are leaders, our mistake can make supporter or the citizens suffer. I'm sorry to say this. The mistake for only 2%, the Queen and though see how Liberians suffer. We don't want to play that same role. So as for me, my position is to obey Onokoga. If I was a fighter before, if I was a militant before, I'm no longer in a militantship. If I was a fighter before, I'm no longer a fighter, I'm a leader. In my political fight in this number 5, if I say I had war to Onokoga before, am I in that position to say again? But I want for Onokoga to also understand that if you fight your picking too much and then picking survive, bring the picking under your arm, brother. Treat him like your little brother. He will get out fear for you. But when you still keep him like you have some grudge against him, or where you get careful with you. Trust me, I can see in my own way that God has given me some leadership ability. I can see in my own way that God has blessed me that every young people I stand before, I speak to, they can respect me. With that respect and the love that God has put in me, you as a young brother, put me under your arm, become a role model, let me follow you. So we all for member, we will all join and talk to Onokoga that we must settle the team. And our even with the vice president of the vice president, play call to Onokoga. And he said, I will call you back. He didn't call. And he also asked whether that Senator Johnson fees and said yes. He said yes. He said, Koga, I need you in the room. Let's come together and see how we can hang our head on Koga fee. Sorry, on a Johnson fee. The nephew they I heard on a Koga on radio, and even the first parable he wrote on his page is, how can a son receive the mother bride price? From there again, he was on radio with it. But for me, I can tell you there is no issue between the vice president and Koga that will be personal. It's in the Koga with a dissatisfaction. I think we're all working. If you know that I wanted to fight Koga, send it in started in that year myself. But we are all remain silent because we don't want to waste gas in a fire that is about to blaze. All we need to look for is what we can off the fire with. Thank you.
Okay. I appreciate you for your level of wisdom, and you appreciated extremely well. Now, I have a bit of this question before I get to my question number 2.
Mhm.
The bit of this question is still the era of reconciliation. I think as a young man, your primary focus is reconciliation. And it is these tools that are going to see Nima going forward. We saw that after the 2023 election, there were some changing positions. Some were dismissed, some were still obtained. Among those that were dismissed were some of our Nima brothers. We have Zotaiwan Tatos, we have Honorable Garrison Yelu. Others were paid out. But up to now, Honorable Garrison Yelu had not received a dime. And he was equally opposing VP Kun and the United Party during the Gon election. We speak of Nima unity. We have Honorable Musa Berete, who was the only man for Nima vying for the position of Deputy Speaker. All lawmakers of Nima went against him, with the exception of Representative Tai Wongwe. When that man was fighting for the interest of Nimba, because Nimba having a deputy speaker position would have been something great. And just of recent, we saw a Nimba man dismissed in Honorable Raymond P, and then replaced with Honorable Tingba. Now, it is widely insinuated, it is widely speculated, it is ambiguous that others are believing that the greatest voice in this country, Nimba, who has the ears of the president, is the vice president. So it is widely insinuated that he is behind most of these things that are happening. So, what is your say with regards to Nimba unity? The issue of Garrison Yelu, the issue of Musa Bedete, and the issue of Tingba. Considering our big brother, who is the highest official from Nimba, influence Ben Salah on this issue. What's your view on it?
Thank you very much. Let me take the question one at a time. Let's start with Garrison Yelu. Garrison is one person from Nimba that I respect. Let me be clear to you. Garrison is one person that when he out of the rooms of Nimba, I feel we still have work to be done. On ground that Garrison is one person that had young people that believe in him in many of those places. Apart from that, Garrison made impact on many young people from Nimba. And the act that created those positions, I don't know the law. I don't know at what point somebody can be removed. So I don't go deep into that. But I've been one of the person, the verse at the back, speaking on behalf of Garrison, which you can say all on radio. And I feel that's not politics. Garrison is one of the songs from Nimba that is important in Nimba room. If there are some debt celebration down the line, we still need to come together and see how we can solve it. If there are some benefits that need to go to Garrison, we need to work to the directions. So that's how I handle Garrison issue. We stay talking there. When Garrison is our big brother, you ask Garrison about me today, Garrison will tell you I call you all of the times. I respect Garrison. Now, let me take you to Honorable Musa Bedete issue first. You as a politician, what happened to Musa was a political game. Why? The majority bloc who wanted to remove Speaker Kofa were all joined by the 7 guys from Nimba. Now, Musa had been one of the big brothers with force from Nimba, with own funding, with own development. Musa had decided to join the minority bloc. And in a legislature that different politics, that different game. You and myself can be a biological brother who enter the legislatures. If your block is not my block, your conversations is different, my conversation is different. Now, Musa had joined the minority bloc. They were majority first, and they went to minority. Musa did not come to his brother to say, I have come. They convened Musa time without number. Musa did not come. Musa then went to court. Now, when Musa later realized that Kofa had lost battle, Musa's dream now was, after the court, let court get in time to prepare themselves for election to balance himself. At which time the guys have built their block already, seeing them as the opposition block. Now, when they want to get the law, say, we've insisted they can be beginning 1 hour. So Musa was thinking now, after what they said, we've insisted there could be a time now to convince the brother. And immediately legislative politics are different thing. They tell that the election is finished. And our elections were going on when the block are already been funded. In this land, you can't divide yourself again. That's what happened to Musa. But trust me, with our president in capability, If Musa come back maybe after 2029, you will see Nima moving. But that time the bloc was divided. Musa had joined the minority bloc. They were majority. They came to minority. When the bloc had been funded, the bloc had already decided as speaker, they are deputy speaker, they are chairman on Wesley, they are chairman on this, and everything was set up. And even 4 of them who come from Nima and Johnny Musa, they were still going to beat them. You don't do politics like that. Politics is about one understanding. So Musa have a block, but if Musa was within this block, and then Nima guy refused to support him, myself will take on a section. That was Musa's issue. Now, the issue of Musa continue. Musa is one of the men from Nima who have been making development and continue to make development. Nobody against Musa. I'm a very self-appreciate Musa because Musa made some intervention in my district. Nobody against Musa. What we are saying here is you can even be a politician for Nema while you running, it's no problem. But let's keep Nema at peace. Then I keep Nema like a hustle ground that people will see all as people who are greedy for power. So let's keep Nema at peace. Nobody against Musa. That is the issue. The issue with the with our senior brother women pay, you know, Shadrach, the power to appoint minister is lacking the power of the president. The vice president is just an old pop car. The vice president cannot even tell the president, you got to do this. The vice president will make a suggestion behind the camera, behind the scene. When the president said no, it remain there. If you come out to say, I advise the president, and the president doesn't listen, it against the ethics. It undermines the peace. Now, if the president listens to you, bravo. If the president doesn't listen to you, bravo. You are meant to obey. So the vice president do not have the appointing power or dismissing power. The president, who is the head of the state, have all of this power. And if you as a Nima son, you want to put everything on your head, my people might take you different, like that different intention. So working with executive is different than working with legislature. The way I said it tonight, I can say anything will scot free. The only thing I'm gonna say in now, with our rules in the Capitol building, in the Constitution, nobody will arrest me for that. Minister don't do that. Vice President don't do that. The power we have, the people don't have it. The privilege they have is to have that big name and do the biggest thing, but they don't have that power like the senator or the representative. So the issues with the minister being removed, we don't want to mess up with Nima politics here. It is the president power. So let's not go down to drag Nima into different arguments while we're trying to unite and solve the first 01 that have been created. Thank you.
Thank you.
So-
Shadrach, ask the last question, Chief.
Yeah, so my last question.
Mhm.
Okay, we were all around when President Weah took power. And then the first 2 years were characterized by COVID-19. Aside from Liberia, everywhere in the world, there was nothing actively working. But during his 6 years period, including the first 2 years that were dormant, we saw that Nima experienced a lot of development. We saw the road from Gantor to Loguachu, the road from Gantor to Seclepie. We saw Ban had a new high school building. We saw hospital built in Gui and Doru. We saw bridge in Kwabli. Gantor had a new administrative building. The market building in Gantor was erected. Waiting had a dam that was then erected that could supply or will be able to supply Nima, Bon, and Grand Jide. And we had some sons and daughters of Nima in government. We had Honorable Dito Pebe, who was at the front line when it comes to national disabled. We had Honorable C. Mike Doyen, who was controlling the FDA as #1. We had Honorable Cooper Kura, who was controlling post and telecommunication as #1. We had the LRA, Honorable Thomas Dona from Tapeta, who was the #1. amongst other deputies and other people. So this Nima County gave President Weah less than 50,000, less than 55,000 votes in
Hello,
2023.
Shadrach.
Yeah.
Shadrach. Honorable Biggie are coming to. You said Thomas Dona.
I just want to lay the basis to give my question.
No, but don't do that to us here. When you get information out, we have to cross check. You said Thomas Dona was from where?
Thomas Dona mother is from Tapeta. Thomas Dona mother is from Tapeta. What?
Okay. So Thomas Dona was not from Tapeta.
I said his mother come from Tapeta. I stand to be.
Okay, so the next thing is Shadrach. You just listed about 3 to 4 positions. Can we do that with the rescue government in case of Nima?
What?
You're doing something in the opposite, Shadrach.
I'm not getting you clear. What you said?
Go ahead.
Okay, no, let me answer. Let me answer to that.
I'm not even asking. No, that.
Conclude.
So those positions that are named, they are all Nibadian. Sima Doyen mother come from Nima. Thomas Dona mother come from Nima. I personally interacted with Thomas Dona. Ask on Roland Duo. We went to Thomas Dona office. He told us. I'm showing references that you can ask. I'm not lying. The Thomas Pepe come from Nima. Okay. Kobo Kura come from Nima. So all those positions, I'm not lying to you. Okay. Including all those developments that I just listed. So it is to you to say whether they are there or they are not there. Okay. Comparing the vote that Nima gave to Josh Weah in 2023, less than 55,000 votes, with the Unity Party that Nima gave Unity Party 140,000 plus votes. And then we see Nima County for this present government. We have Honorable Gossipe Gafuan from Lofa, Francis Sakela or Numali from Lofa, Jasper Mali from Lofa, Minister of Education, Roland Gillings, Public Welfare from Lofa, Minister of Youth and Sport, J. Ko Bangali from Lofa. We have Dr. Sia Wata, who is from the National Public Health Institute, that Dr. Yang was just removed, amongst others. We see a brand new schools have been built in Lofa, brand new roads have been constructed in Lofa. Just 2 days ago, the stadium that cost 7.5 million was, they broke ground for it in Lofa. A presidential villa that cost over 10 million plus is being erected in Lofa. They just on this gone month, October, the 24th of October, the records are there. They just broke ground for solar plate in Lofa that cost over 8 million that will supply almost the entire Lofa. You now as a politician, in terms of fair play to Nima with the division of political dividend, how do you draw your rudimentary dichotomy between the Weah-led government and the Bouakas administration with what's happening?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I love your question. But again, your questions were focused on what George Weah had done or did. But let me bring you to the situation that you understand. The stallion you just talked about, go to Ganta now. And I have the first stallion. That you like you know first. Go to Sanikoli now. Sanikoli stallion is about to be completed. So the issue with stallion 0 cancel 0, 5 cancel 5. Let's lay it down. That comes to development. Government continuity. The road between the corridor of Ganta to Southeastern was started by George Weah, and we also saw between Takapie and Ganta Takuna part there in the city. Now, the road have been constructed, and the budget just came to us to approve another money that will complete the road to Southeastern, which it will be. So the issue of the road that the president did in Lofa, I'm sorry, in Ganta to Cample to Loguatu, Pablo to Sagapie, now reaching Sagapie and stop me around Kokopa there. And they want to talk from there all the way to Tabata and they're going to Southeastern, so that one a normal council number equal right there. Now, that comes to development you name. Go to the superintendent compound under the administration of George Weah was just a grasshopper home. That even you could put living daughter could kill groundhog. That nobody could even believe that this is a certain hall or anything for Nima. Go there now, you can take photo there like you are in Europe, not living there. Go to the other compound, the main compound where the superintendent then work. Go see now the even renovation is done, it's happening. It didn't stop there. Butuo, send that project was built by Todba in Butuo. It got damaged. The presidential pilot that was there, nobody have touched it. Go there now and go see the work that the superintendent is doing there under this government. Go to Tapatan. The president lodge are there. The work is going on now as we speak. The bridges around the District 8 build on St. John started with the interventions of the same people. Everything is happening. Today, under the administration of the president Joseph Amisare, the former president George Weah, Nima have been crying beyond mental. We need a road from here to Yekepa. We need this benefit. None of these things was addressed. But as we speak, Meta even agreed because of the pressure from the government to pave the road from Sekempa to Yekepa and to pave all Yekepa Street. Meta agreed that all of the other Lanco bill, they are about to build everything by their started with the first 40 unit. Meta agreed that Nima was receiving 23 million between Nima and those people. Meta agreed that they would step it up that Nima will be receiving by the grace of God to $6 million, which could boost our economy. The government is not a children government. This government is not a football player government. This government is a serious government that sits on table and discuss the issue, not even thinking about re-election, but thinking about the future of the country. Look at this government. Before them, the kind of criminal rate and the trust rate that was in the country. That is the government that in Kakata.
Honorable, I'm not cutting you off. Honorable, I'm not
No, let
cutting
me
you off.
learn. Let me learn. I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance. Let me learn.
I am discussing the benefit
I'll
of
give you a
Nima,
chance.
Honorable.
Shadrach, I beg you.
Yeah.
Shadrach, I beg you. You
I'll
don't.
give you a chance.
Oh no, Koto, let me hold you down. I beg you. Shadrach, you don't
Mhm.
do that to our guests. You ask the question,
Thank you.
give him the opportunity to respond.
Thank you. Thank you.
He likes to
This is
respond
a
whatever
government.
way he wants to respond. Go
This is
ahead.
a government that. This is a government that Sierra Leone is imitating from. That even the people, the Zobo in Ghana, are even running after those that bringing drugs and taking their house. This is a government that has fight drugs. That even our disability or disabled people or disadvantaged people, you are even fighting drugs. This is the government that has left nothing untouched in terms of jobs. There's the government who have given real life to our young people who their life was damaged. This is the government that the road that went to our RA that was started by President we are. There's the government who is totally taking charge that as we speak, the street lights from Morovia to the RIA is placed on the road today and they are on it now. This is the government who is even fighting that all volunteer teachers go on payroll. This government is a serious government. This is not a playboy government that anybody can sit in the crosshair to discuss. This is the government who has just made available a new brand buses that arrived today. This is the government who has made available a yellow machine that will go across Liberia. As we speak, the doors have been completed, the front end loader have been completed, the grader is on, or the company is doing now. So that government is greater for me. 80% because the government have brought stability, the government have brought life to our youth who was dying slowly by drugs. The government is not doing a re-election thing, but the government is leading by example. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
No, Gian, you have to do me justice. I respect our guests now. You have to do me justice.
No, but Shadrach, that holy, it'll be a second time. That go to the next panelist, please.
Okay, no problem.
Shadrach, you know, as always on the show, once you ask a question, You're done with it until we come back for the second round, or we come back.
Okay, no
for the
problem,
second.
no problem.
So just hold on there a little bit. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and our bullet. In tonight's edition of the show, we are hosting Representative Koto Sewangbe Kwagu of Electoral District 5, Nima County. And tonight, we're discussing a couple of issues ranging from national politics and national development, local politics, and local development here this evening. Afonso, before we come to you, I want to use this medium to announce that BKS TV will be breaking ground for a radio station project in Ganta City on the 15th of this month. And the project will be in Dekamen community, Ganta City. And on Koto Selmbe Kwagu has consented to be there on that day. And hopefully he will be the co-launcher while Senator Samuel
Where you doing that?
and the rest of the folks will be there. So you are chatting already, so that one budget. We know how
you don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen again.
You get out of here.
So that's it. We want to welcome to the show Mana Lorena Donke and my friend and brother, my Linda colleague, Saros the Dakwa. Afonso, let's hear your two questions on the first round. After you, we go to CDC Amma Brooks, then Mana Lorena Donke, and then Saros will close us on the first round. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you, John. I'm thrilled to be here tonight. Long time I've been away.
You thrill? You don't get through here. I'll call you after the show.
Long time I've been away, and thank God I'm back. Seeing my former guest now turn to panelist Sadra. Yeah, I'm happy seeing him here and seeing new faces around the Ahmad Brooks. I've been seeing on social media, but I don't know whether he was a CDC man. CDC's Ahmad. Anyway, may get nickname. Welcome again to the show. Honorable, I want to say welcome to the show. I will ask you two questions as the moderator said. But my question, let me begin with this. I wanted to ask, and somebody asked them previously, so I'll just go to a different question. Recently, you took a debate, you took your stand in the House on the issue of the volunteer teachers, on the communication of no place on the floor. There are some people commenting on the post when one journalist, make that news. One of the posts, the poster said, "You just enter the house, you are not being baptized. That's why you're speaking in the form and manner in which you're speaking. The moment they baptize you with the water of that particular building, all of what you've been saying will stop. Like how Darius did almost going down because he's already been baptized, and the like of all of lawmakers. Are you actually taking this debate serious? Do you expect good result from this decision you take? I mean, you are taking, or the debate taking on the floor, or will you just be baptized as one of those lawmakers and then leave that debate and get to another one?
So thank you very much. Let me tell you one thing, my brother. In chapter building, if you want to stand and say, I'm the only man, you can survive. There is nothing they call baptizing people in chapter building. It's like an argument. Argument is to convince the reader or listener to accept your point of view. In a chapter building, when there are been communications on the floor, your ability to convince colleagues, your ability to convince the speaker, get you to the right position. Let me go small to this volunteer teachers. The issue of the volunteer teachers, part of the lawmaker in chapter building, we are into it together. If you are going to be on the floor and see how we take the vote, it tells you that all of us were in it together. Nobody with no different view. We all accepted, we concluded, we sent it to the committee room because I was the first reading. When the second reading comes, we will invite the Minister of Education. This is my point. When I read the Ministry of Education, I read through their website, they said 6,000 volunteer teachers in Liberia. From the Teacher Association, they said 6,692. Then the Ministry of Education said, out of the 6,000 volunteer teachers, they are qualified 3,755. The 3,755 they qualify, they will be putting 1,000 to 2,000 on government payroll, leaving the rest of our compensation. And they also said half of them are not qualified. This is one of my questions and my suggestion. If you said people who have taught on a fee for over 10 years, you are come to say out of 6,000, 3,000 qualified, 2,000 not qualified. This is my question that I will place on the floor for the minister. The people who they train and they teach for 10 years, some of them are going to university, some are graduated because they are unqualified. When we go take the lesson from them because they were trained by unqualified people, one question. They are trained the people for 10 years today, you say they're not qualified. When you pay them for the services they are running for the country, it's just a clever attempt to just discourage the teachers there, so they must say, we're not qualified, go say that we can't get room to that. We can't get room to that. So again, last year budget, there was a budget allocated, which is around 2.2 million to absorb the volunteer teachers. Were there budgets given to you? How many volunteer teachers were employed? Was there any funding was given to you to just ride your luxury car? So we say no to that. So the ideas of people saying the people in the capital building and baptize people is not true. But I said it before on the floor that Librarians believe that we are corrupt. The reason is because we are not doing our oversight responsibility. The ministers and the director make more money than lawmakers. They take budgets. And whenever we get them the budget, they will come to us and appear to us and defend the budget. And after the budget used, they will also be projected and put it before us and defend it without monitoring them. Knowing fully well, as a representative, our oversight responsibility is to monitor all executive activity to make sure that all of the expenditure is done in the best interest of the Liberian people. But because we are not at their bite, we get them free ride. Liberians believe we are corrupt. Equally so, we need to take a step. Now, in the Capitol building, the issue with volunteers across Liberia, the entire lawmaker has the same saying. The entire lawmaker vote for it. And we want to invite the minister. Nobody is going to bafta me. And I have come on the table to advocate for Liberia, for Nima, and for my district. I don't think there is water in the Capitol building that people can be bafta with. That you, as a young man coming up who have visions, to kill your vision because you have been BAFTA. I don't see it at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your response. I hope you stand by everything and don't go like the other people. I hope that you stand by that. The other issue, during the election, we are raised the same issue about the currency of Liberia, and I think everything in short, what you told me is let me get there first because I'm not even been elected yet. Because everything you explained at the conclusion, I know what you concluded to me that you want to get there first because you are not being elected yet. Now that you are now a representative, your boss, the vice president, then representative of District 1, District 1, he made a proposal to the Liberian legislature about a single currency bill. And that bill, since He made that proposal. It was read on the floor. No one knows where is it now. In the West African country, most of the countries in West Africa or in Africa use their currency for local purchasing, and they use the US dollar for international trade. For Liberia, our local currency is not valued. Even you yourself sitting there, your salary is in the United States dollar instead of a local currency guy like
Point of correction. Point of correction. 50%,
yeah.
50% is in Liberian dollars and 50% is in US dollar.
Okay. Say 50-50, I will still go to the other 50 that in US until everything is kind to healthy. So what you think is a necessity or the importance of having US dollar being used in Liberia to purchase on the local market and having Liberian dollar being used in Liberia to also have purchasing power on the local market? Do you think it's a good thing for the country? Do you think it's a good thing to elevate that local currency bill and have that then placed in the constitution so that our finance, department of our country can restrict the issue of US dollar being used on our local market? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think you can go and trace the whereabout of the bill, the local currency bill, to elevate that?
Thank you very much. You know, when you sit on platform like this, I hate to speak like politicians. I want to speak like leaders. The reason Liberia is keep going back is we always speak like politicians. What do that mean? And so many people are selling red light and getting red light dirty and car is not flowing. And somebody's asked you, is it necessary to move the market here from red light? And you are a politician. When you say yes, people will vote against you. And we say yes to A, let the people be there because we want no more vote. That's not right. We will keep going back. Sometimes they declare truth to power. The issues with Liberian currency, I don't think using the both currency is our problem. What is our problem is to value our currency. And to value your currency, it based on the raw material you produce, the mineral you produce, the crude oil you produce, what you export out. Now, there is a problem. The problem that I think Liberia should be looking at now is this. By international standard, you have AML operating in Liberia. When they take the raw material and carry it to Europe or anywhere in Asia, they pay the money in their account over there. After paying the money in their account, they decide how much they bring to Liberia to be used in Liberia, whether by paying salary or other expenditure. That is wrong. If there's a system setup, if Meta take this off, also, they have the account with central bank. Shove the money into central bank account and let the money be used here. Then the one that you got to ship as your profit out there to go. Then, as the money is leaving this country, there's a tax paid to government on that. Now, it will give your currency a value. That you have more USD in the country, all of the money that Meta is dealing with must be sent to the central bank to their account. That's what our country does. All of those concessions agreements we made, everybody took no raw material outside of the country. They pay them in their account, like we go dry without money. And there's something economy they call quantitative demand. The higher the goods, the lower the price. The lower the price, the higher the goods. At some point, your goods can become supply when it's surplus. So in this light, our LD, instead of becoming demand, it becomes supply because those companies have withdrawn all of those US in their account. We need to set up all of these systems. We need to set up all of these systems to make sure it get value to our currency. When we do that as a government, we see how our currencies will be valued. But to say, we must just wake up today and say, take US dollar from all the market, We will be speaking like politicians. But even your very self will realize that the circulation of USD in the country is not a bad thing. But the value of our currency is what matters. So I don't want to speak to you as a politician, even though the bill had not come to us. I'm not finished, but it is my own clear views and my analysis. Give it to our currency, to give value to our currency is what matters.
Thank you so much.
I will still come back, but thank you.
Thank you. Tough talking lawmaker of Electorate District 5, Nima County, one of the best that Nima have had so far in this post era of the post-war Liberia era. Again, welcome to the show, folks. If you are just joining us, you are listening to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and our bullet. We've gone 1 hour, 26 minutes in the show. And folks, we say welcome. Now over to you, Ama, your 2 questions. And after you, we go to Madam Lorena if she's available. If she's not, we go straight to little Cyrus, the Dankwa.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to all of the panelists and good evening on our Representative Koto. Quickly, I just want to say thank you, our host, the ambassador. Quickly, for me, I disagree when Shadrach said that you are some of the young people that we will need at the legislature. I think from listening to you throughout, on various talk shows and even here tonight, you have not laid a clear plan, agenda, legislative agenda that reflect youth development, that reflect even your district, because most of the development that you even catalog in your stuff, they are in Sanikule, they are in different districts, and many of them they are not even in your district, and that is quite unfortunately. That is quite unfortunate. And secondly, some of the reasons that some of our critical-minded people would think that your ascendancy to the legislature was marked by violence, electoral fraud, and violence from the beginning. Blood was shed, life was lost. Honor your command. You move with tongues who went and hijacked, disrespected female, and even naked them. So the violent activity that are marked by your elections, it is very much overwhelming.
Protect the speaker, please.
I beg
No, leave. No, leave.
On this
No,
show,
it's okay. It's okay. Let's go on. It's okay.
John, this
It's
is
okay.
an intellectual gymnastic. This is an
It's
intellectual
okay.
gymnastic.
It's intellectual
It's okay.
gymnastic. I agree, but we cannot give any other false information out there.
No, it's okay. I'll respond.
Ask him to authenticate. Just ask him to authenticate, John.
That's why I'm injecting. That's why I want to inject to authenticate those information. Or anybody in the election, this going election, did not order anyone to kill anybody. And best to our knowledge, best to police report, nobody was killed in Electoral District 5 because of any electoral violence. We cannot sit
and nobody was naked.
We cannot sit on this media to give false information out there. The people of the district listen to this show. It is really on the media there. And if we sit here, we say people were killed due to electoral violence, we are putting the district on a very bad trajectory, and we don't want to do that. So, Ama, I beg you, nobody was killed in District 5 due to electoral violence. Please, let's not go that route. You can say what you want to say. On our quarter is here. He can defend himself. But with the district issue, I beg you, Chief. When it's factual, we agree to it. When it's not factual, we will not continue.
I said blood was lost. People was hurt, and people almost lost their life. Those people are moving with those injuries. There's a likelihood of them dying tomorrow. And then I disagree with Sadra when he said that he is among the best of young people that would need at the legislature. I said no, because I believe that he was just opportune to go to the legislature. He is not the best from Booyah to be in the legislature right now, in my mind. And I definitely believe in that statement. It is my statement. I stand by it. And then directly to the issues. when you listen to the representative, for every time that he was here, he never even lay till now for more than 1 hour. He have not even laid a legislative agenda that have a clear reflections and direction that directly impact the young populace that he is from. Now to my questions, he sat down here, he explained about the fees. First, let me ask you a question. Since you are from Nimba and from Imbu, I know that you are part of the Dan tribe. Where in the Dan culture that a man feast will be going on, and the family, the direct family of the man or anybody from their hometown or their district are not the head, but stranger from the elsewhere is the head. As in the case of Senator Johnson.
Let me answer your question. Before I answer your question, let me say, information is a weapon that destroys and constructs. You ask yourself where you find yourself. Do you on the side of destructions with your information, or you on the side of construction with your information? You are a son of Nimba, a son of Liberia. Why are you correct that you are in the opposition? Yes, I know. But be real, because the history with Joshua. There is nowhere in Desrefa that a naked woman. I want to be clear. The people of Desrefa are listening. There is nowhere in Desrefa that are order anybody to beat anybody. In an election, I have
I can
over.
bring you a clip expiring in the election. Who was a female?
Please give me a chance. In an election, I was moving with 165 motorbikes. When we leave, and we are in a different time, the group are at our back who are bringing our food, and they brought on the boy, but they clash. When we were not even there, we are left and gone. Now, there was a clash at our back, which we were not part of. More bizarre, you spoke of we wreck election. No, this election, the entire National Election Commission, including their bosses, and the security from Banga, from Sanikoli, were all present. That I got a quagru, an individual was just lying there in a one single house, and the election was gathered by the national police, and there have been information and clear information from the security that the election was free and fair. More bizarre, I'm sorry to say, don't can let on platform come to understand. You say I don't lay down no development agenda in my district. That was my first thing that I did. When they asked me, I told them, beginning December.
I said legislative agenda.
I come in now. You said, you said, give me the chance. Give me the chance. Give me the chance. You said nothing. I said I reply to the district. Let me get there. Even in a superintendent development, I may mention Mutuo. The presidential pilot are there. I mentioned in this identical speech that is honor renovation. Now, you spoke of legislative agenda. You as a person, sitting on this platform, I've gone to session for 4 times. My interventions and my advocate on the floor have even drew the attention of Liberians that nobody had done that before. When somebody will just enter, the first day you started speaking to issue. Not give me money, but the issue regarding people who have been frustrated under your government, set here without pay. Teachers who were under your government, set here without pay. A young man like you, could I even come and take the radio to ring bells in the ears of your leader to place them on salary? But I'm coming from the ruling party, who is collaborating with the ruling party and putting my own people feet to fire. We need to do this thing for the people. That is the way, because leadership is the art of leading, planning, organizing, controlling for human and other resources to achieve the goals of those who govern effectively and efficiently. I never spoke of myself, but rather those who are prospective under your government without conversation. So I made a positive impact on the floor that every Liberian listening to us can relay. Thank you.
Honorable, you never answered my question. You heard my question I asked you, and you left the questions.
What was the question?
This is why you have to listen, represent
Amma, I beg you. We will not, the next time you do that.
I said the representative should please listen. Saying that the representative should please listen. It's not harsh word. I said, okay, now let me repeat my question. Stand the lawmaker never got my question.
Amma, let me make this clear. On the show, we are here to gather information, to disseminate information. We are not here to bring anybody down, nor to castigate anybody. The purpose of us being here is to question our guests. If the guest didn't answer your question, just go directly to the question. He asked you to repeat the question, and that's your duty. I beg you, do not go the route you're going with us tonight.
I'm not going any route either.
He laid all kind of
my first question I asked Representative Koto was you are from the down track. Where in the down track that the person who is deceased, their first fish, nobody from their family or from their town is the heir or the second. No, none of their family who they are alive, they are not even there. None of them are involved. But you go take stranger from Ganta, not even in Buyao. The entire Buyao district, nobody there to represent Buyao. You go take stranger from Ganta and bring them to serve as the head and the co-chair of the feast. The secretary, that stranger from that is not from Buyao.
I understand.
Where in a down track that it happened as it is going on now in Senator Johnson?
Okay,
from your district, Buyao.
Thank you, Amma. The first thing you need to follow and understand before making statement or question. Point of correction. Otherwise, you are saying are false. When Senator Johnson died, nobody just wake up to do Senator Johnson feast. The vice president invited the wife of Senator Johnson and told her, is it necessary that within 1 year time we do the feast? She said yes. They called the son, the king, they said yes. The daughter, they understand. When they called on the Koga, he said that people have their family dispute, they must settle it first. The first thing was the madam of the senator agreed that the feast of the senator should be across Nima in all of the 39 children. Now, they have 40 cow paid for. That every region will be carrying their cow, they think their body, just feast should be done in Buyao. In Goma play or Butu. The agents of Buyao were informed and they went to meeting in Ballon Play. Just they're going with. And they agreed that we are willing to do the senator fee, but we want to move through. When Okoga spoke and he doesn't agree, he's not part of it for the sake of security. That's how the people say the senator who is the immediate direct relative to that senator. Say he's speaking a day without do secure to go to Buyao. If necessary, we get a cow across Nima and do the feast to a house. The madam is a well, the sons are a well. All of them as we speak. So that Johnson big son is with whom working in the office, they are all a well. Even when they invite on a Koga to hear his side, he said he's not willing. So if you get information like this, where everybody are following, or it means you're not following. That's what not just done a problem. It was things tell about if you can connect the wife of Senator Johnson now, she will prove me right. If you can connect even Senator Johnson's son, he will prove me right. Nobody, even the things will be to the house of the senator, nobody is doing things without the family concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you come in with your last question, let's welcome to the show the CEO. CEO, welcome. I think he has something to say there very shortly before we come to you for your last question.
Thank you. Nothing really much I want to say. Just want to say thanks to everyone, all our panelists, for taking up the time, the effort, sitting on your back for hours to be on the show, volunteering. I just want to say thank you so much to all of you. To my own brother, our leader, District 5, Honorable Koto Kwaglu, I want to say a big thank you to you. He's one of the leaders we have in our country, our county, that is very accessible. Every time you reach out to him, this brother will respond. On this public platform, I want to say thanks to him too for everything he did for our team, District 5 team recently. We worked together, him and other folks, to support our team. I want to say thanks to that. Little caution here to everyone, all our panelists, like we do with everyone that come on here. I think you guys know we protect our guests, regardless of where you're from. We are not arguing here. We are not in court. We are not judging case. Let's ask our question from an intellectual standpoint. Make your point without arguing, and respect the honorable man. This is a representative who took his time to come here with us. So even if the question is not answered the way you want it to be answered, I think we owe it to him to give him respect. If they are politicians, they're not going to answer the question the way you want to answer. But remember, we are not in court. This is a family platform, a public platform, intellectual platform. We just disagree on ideas. So I just want to inject that. But Honorable, thank you so much for coming again. Welcome to your show. This is your platform.
Thank you.
You're talking about, you and Gian thinking about November 15th. I wonder, yeah, the booyah thing, we're talking indoor.
Thank you.
I'm not going of your last question, Chief. After you,
thank you, CEO. Welcome, CEO. Welcome. And before I ask my last question, it is clear that the Booyah representative have made it clear that nowhere in the down trap that you have someone who is deceased, that nobody. So we agree that nobody in Booyah to lead the process of Senator Johnson fees. Nobody in the entire government play can lead that entire process, or to even be Secretary General, or to even be co-chair, or to even be vice chair. The district is not represented in Senator Johnson fees because they see security alike. This is why they move the entire fees to Ganta outside of Senator Johnson home, which is untraditional. It is not the tradition of the people of Booyah. For Senator Johnson, they are kinsmen to even be buried outside of Booyah. They have to negotiate, which the people agree. It was agreed upon that these fees be in Booyah to celebrate with the late Prince Johnson, for them to perform their traditional activity. But the representative have made it clear that nobody there to take that charge. Secondly, my second question is, Honorable Rep, in your explanation, you make it clear that when Senator Koga was continuing on engaging the media, expressing his dissatisfaction how the electoral process reached, this is why you stay away, meaning that you intentionally decide to distance yourself from the senator based on his current stand that he has been taking on national scene within, how you call it, in Nima, and on the national scene in Allah. So how do you expect for Nima to be united and unified when people are still expecting that all of those concerns of Senator Johnson death and all of those things is not addressed, is not settled, and you are just pushing Nima unity? How do you intend for your Nima to be united when you and even your predecessors are not even united yet?
You always go contrary. Maybe you're not listening. I said in my last statement, just quite recently, after all of the rigmarole, I moved to Honorable Court office. The photo was posted. We have the lengthy conversation. Everybody on the show can make. Just recently 2 days ago, Honorable myself was in a meeting. He even told me what he want me to between those cases that went on the field day. Why myself was cool. I call Koga on a daily basis. We talk. Got nothing among one another. And I said, yeah, clear. I said, when he spoke like that, I waited a bit because I never wanted to wait oil in the fire. But when I later realized that it is time to go to him, I walked to his office. I said, yeah, don't misquote me. Because that's we are saying, others are listening. I agree that you come from a different political standpoint, but equally so be attracted to Liberia and Nima in what you understand. Never did I told you say, Koga on myself without good because of this. No. So there are questions that you just ask, the answer to it is you miscall me. It's not truth. I just went on a Koga and to a placard everywhere. We spoke as a brother. We keep speaking as a brother. Never did I say that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So that is not a question. That is not a question I will answer yes or no to because you absolutely misquote me.
Thank you so much. Now, Lorena, if you are there, you can come on camera to ask your 2 questions. Again, folks, welcome to the show this evening. You are listening to the Heat Hour here on BKS TV. And on the Heat Hour, we say dialogue and our confrontation. We say words and our bullet. Our guest tonight is Honorable Koto Selmwe Kwagru of Electoral District 5, Nima County. Let's go over to you, Saras Dankwa. Madam Lorena is not for now. Saras, welcome. Let's hear your 2 questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Good evening to all the panelists. Honorable Koto Kwagru, how are you, Chief?
I'm okay.
I listened to you when you try to catalog the projects the superintendent is doing in Nimba. And since you are a lawmaker, I will take you to some of the activities in Nimba, and I will ask you to try to relate it to our law, since you are a lawmaker. I want to believe you are concurrent with the organic law of our country, especially on maize appropriation. As a lawmaker, I strongly believe you are concurrent with provisions of our law that spoke about maize appropriation. And if you can perfectly recall, Brownie Samuka, Honorable Brownie J. Samuka, was being convicted for maize appropriating funds belonging to the Ministry of National Defense. He was convicted. Now, the first question I want to ask you, is it the superintendent's responsibility to build immigration hub for the government of Liberia with our fund? Is it her responsibility to build presidential palace with money belonging to Nimba County? Is it the superintendent's responsibility to use our money belonging to our people, our county, to renovate government projects? Is it her role? That's my first question.
Thank you very much. I love what you just said relating to the law. Before superintendent work, there can be a county council sitting. The citizens decide, presided by the legislatures, the Nima County Legislature Caucus, and all of the elders. And the lawmaker give direction to which projects that they should undertake in a particular given time. Now, the law will revive. The broad Local Governing Act, which is in the constitutions, that the Local Governing Act says the county money should be presided by the superintendent and work with it, but be able to be accountable for every funding use. And for any reason, that election team come and she should take responsibility. So we, the lawmaker, We do not have the power like before to tell you, say, bring the money here, like you say. But there's a gallon seller. Now, the superintendent compound you spoke about, my brother, is in Nimba. All those who work within that place are Nimbadian, the superintendent from Nimba, the development superintendent from Nimba, and everybody from Nimba. We said everywhere we boast of Nimba being one of the best places. We said here, we said Nimba is the best place in Liberia, but yet when you reach to our county seat, which is superintendent, or Sani Koli, you reach a superintendent compound, it's not even giving a statement. All of this presidential ballot where all of those leaders from Liberia can go. Nowadays, when the leaders go to Tapeta or to Butuo, people have to leave from their house and go look for a place to sleep for stranger than that to go lie down. That is not even, when it comes to security, it's not right. That government officials will come, somebody living in their bedroom for them to go there. As such, Nimba must take charge. Now, with the superintendent, the current superintendent, she used our money and renovated the superintendent compound, the presidential ballot in Butuo, Tapeta. Yes, we've seen it. Let me take you back on Manaseli. When our money was taken to just celebrate July 26th, what benefit do we have there? When that huge sum of money was withdrawn from our government to buy food for people that come from different places that can eat and go, that could even build bridges for us. What kind out of it? Never. But now, 200 and some odd thousand was taken from our government, celebrated just July 26th. We didn't speak about it. We are not talking about it. We forget it. But with the current superintendent, she is renovating places belong to government but occupied by Nimba people and within Nimba. Now, we the lawmaker have understood that that development is necessary, but it's not our priority. So we are have a meeting to call her and sit with her and tell her, say, thank you for what you have done. After the other thing is done, a new money come now. Now look at what will benefit Nimba in the interior and in other places. Roads, where ambulance need to go for pregnant women, somebody that is ill. Now look at these roads. So we as a leader, we gave her a chance because the local government has said that. But at this time in next budget, we have decided to show her direction. Let's see how well we are giving first late to Sani Koli. We are giving to all of the commissioner compound, and Nimba is getting beautiful. But let's look at our priority. Look at roads that will make impact. Look at schools in the interior that will make impact. So as a government, when you are in the government and something go on, once this funding use is not misused, we got nothing against her. But when it's misused, then we got something to say. All we need to do is to call for the auditing and the audit her. Whether there's money that was used on those projects was the real money, then we have no problem because it was in Nimba and fall under the local government act. But going further, while we are setting, we observe that by the grace of God, next budget, Nimba have a better team. We have to focus on what will benefit the citizen of Nimba. So we can't say no, stop the project you're doing, stop the one you're doing. No, all we need is accountability. But we're ready now to show direction. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sarah. I beg you, before you ask your last question, the co-host will be going somewhere very shortly. So let's let him to come in there. Then we can take leave of him. Afonso, welcome.
Thank you, John, for affording me the opportunity to take my brother Sarah's time. Sarah, sorry for that. I was so busy. Tomorrow, we'll say again, welcome to the show. Always, you are invited to come here anytime you have information to share with us. But again, let me go back with this one question, then I can leave you. Still back on the issue of this currency. You were lamenting on that the US dollar is not our problem in the country. The both currency, the use of the both currency is not a problem in the country. But have you made any other research on any country that using dual currency that is not hindering their economic activities? Have you done that? If yes, do you classify Liberia into the economy or the country you made a research on?
Thank you. The first thing I want to let you know is that the US dollar is the standard of money of the whole world to every country. Secondly, law were not made by an individual for a particular given time. Before making law, you think about 100 years to come. What would be the negative impact and what would be the positive impact? We in our country do not have law restricting currency. And to do that, there should be an amendment in the Constitution. And to do that, there should be a referendum. And not just something that happened immediately. Now, you have your view that the dual currency is the problem. When all of these views come to the floor of the legislatures, we work for the people, we work for you. When there's communications come to us, whether about civil society, whether about religions, it comes to us. We review it, we send it to committee room. But an individual like me, who made the law with insistence, without said here because I want to satisfy people who hosting me and say what I don't think is necessary. So I'm telling you today, the dual currencies is not our problem in Liberia for now. But if that's my views, but if Liberian feel it is the problem, now the Liberian flag will go for referendum. But when this come on the floor to be debated, you as a citizen from Nimba could call me and say, look, my man, this is our view. I will call you. We have to have one-to-one talk. How do you see it? You got to give me your view. Not just a view I will work with. I have to hear a view from several people. Then I work with it. Because I'm a servant. But when I say there today and say, yes, indeed, I'll put on the floor, I will say the dual currency is our problem. I will not be doing injustice to leadership because I want to satisfy somebody's view. But I'm telling you, the dual currency is not our problem. And you spoke of other country. My brother, people have different where their constitution is structured. Like for instance, Liberia is a unitary state, when Nigeria is a federal state. The way their constitution is structured, look at the land act in Liberia. Everybody got right to own land in Liberia. In other countries, the government own land. Government land off the whole street before they give a land out to individual. But Liberia, you are saying that you might get 3, 4, 5 land somewhere that didn't get paper D4. Should we say because it happened in Ghana, would you take the land from you? You see how law work? Should we say you would have said that I got 4, 5 land that did not perfect? We say because in Ghana, that government own land, someone take a deal from you because you know we got to bring Ghana system here. We don't live as leader doesn't live like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Cyrus, go ahead with your last question, Chief.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you. We'll see you next time. I will call you.
Thank you.
Junior, the Honorable did not answer my first question. I just want to put my question in perspective. I want to put my the first question I asked, he didn't answer it. His explanation was associated with what is referred to in law as variance. He said 2 things. At one point he said they will audit, and after the audit they will decide to to identify projects that NIMA will benefit from. So it appears like the projects the madam is doing, NIMA is not benefiting from the project, but because of political association, you know, he did not come clear. So let me rephrase it. Maybe he will come clearer. The question I was asking, Honorable, I want you to be very explicit if it is in a preview of the decent work, no, not decent work, but the other established, the county administration, the local governance act, if it is legal for Superintendent Cole to use NIMA money to build immigration hub for the central government, if it is legal, you say it's legal. If it is legal for Cole to build presidential palace with NIMA money and the exponential impact on NIMA, you can say it to us. If it is legal, you can say it's legal. And you know what misappropriation is. Misappropriation is if you are given money for district number 5 and you take the money and use it on something else in district number 1. Whether or not you use the money and the tangible is visible, you can be held accountable. You can be held to account based on misappropriation. I made reference to the Browning case. Browning did not eat the money, but Browning used the money, but the purpose for which it was intended for, he did not use it that way. That's what misappropriation is. And Browning was convicted. I'm telling you, Cole is using our money building presidential palace, renovating superintendent compound. The extravagant travels she continues to make. When she's traveling, she travels a prime minister. She gets delegates. And sources have established that Madam Lorena Donke on the show is on her payroll. Dog Cooper is on her payroll. Several
Cyrus.
Hey, look,
Cyrus.
John,
No, leave it.
no, Honorable, please protect. Yeah, please
Leave
protect
it.
the speaker.
I come in. I don't
I'll
want
answer. Sarah, protect it. Let him
Protect
go.
the speaker.
Sarah, protect it. No, let him go. I'll answer.
We have rules for the show. Let me set the rules. Tonight, our guest is Honorable Koto. Our guest is not Madam Lorena. It's not Honorable Doc Cooper. We can stay doing the post analysis. We can say all of those things.
I just making reference. I'm putting a question in perspective. You know?
To the statement.
I'm putting a question in perspective. I'm talking about extravagant travels. She carried about 8 persons to Japan. I'm told she's going to Brazil with another group with our money. Honorable, is it legal? Is it part of the thing you order? Is it legal? I don't understand what's going on. If it is legal, could you kind of say it's legal? If it is not legal, could you also say it is an act of misappropriating something intended for NIMA? That's my first question. And I will move, when you answer, I will move to my second question.
The question will not be answered yes or no. The first thing, let me tell you that you are in a public space. I mean, after you are a journalist because you are a panelist and the people listening to you. Don't base your information on speculation. When you do that, it's wrong. When you want to speak about issue, that should be a fact. Clear that you can prove that this is a bank statement that proves that Lorena is taking pay. This is a bank statement that proves that Honorable Doc Cooper is taking pay. When you do that for public, that is a clear definition of bringing issue to the public. But when you set and feel because Lorena and the superintendent are friends and you don't know how their friendship began, because you see them riding the same car, then you just believe that she on payroll. That be injustice. You just believe that because Doc Cooper is one way or another connected with her, then you believe that Doc is on payroll. That is injustice. Doc is not on no payroll. Nobody will look at NIMA money that we know how many is in budget, and for somebody who is doing his or her different thing on that payroll when they know that auditing committee are there to audit them. That information is not truth. It has not come before us. And the day it come before us, we see it as out of corruption, but it's not truth. I know Madam Cole is somebody who understands administration, who understands exactly what she can do. So that information, let me tell you today that before the Nima County Caucus in that truth, it has not come to our desk. Secondly, the issues with the money used for all of these things. The other one that I have not heard before, and you telling me is immigration compound, which I need to make further investigation whether she is building immigration compound with Nima money, and if it is true, myself will call her and ask her why. Is it a request from the citizen? If it is a request from the citizen, she's right. If it is a request from the citizen alone, this cross-border thing I hear, illegal people coming here, we need immigration compound here. And that was done by the citizen in a particular area. She's right. Because the law gave her right to do work that the citizen wants. Secondly, the money used to renovate all of these compounds are legal. Why? All of these properties you see, you talk about are all Nima property. The superintendent that were under during the Fons Zwagre administration, the chief Fons Zwagre were using, where did they bought it from? From Nima County money. The superintendent, the chief they were using, they bought that jeep for Nima County money. Where were you? You were here. The physical affair, the chief he was using, they bought it for Nima County money. Where were you? You were here. The chief that Nessie Kwakwa were using, they were bought for Nima money. Where were you? You were here. Now, you do not have problem with that. But the compound that hosts the guests for Nimba, the renovation should be our problem? No. It will either be wrong when the money is misdirected. But the fact that these properties are on Nimba soils, all we need to do, like I said to you, is going further. We need to identify some problems from project to our district. But nobody in Liberia, the local government act, I will ask you to fund it and read it. It gets zero power and authorization to the superintendent. Go read it. When we are very seldom go close to it at all because it gives them that strength to do this thing. Nobody can even all them call and say, because you build this thing for Nima money in Nima, you are all there and you run. And that's truth. Let me be clear. I will urge you to take the local government out and read it. The other one that if it is true, that should be a reason is the state security, which is the immigration compound. If it is built, why? Because the immigrations are directed from the central government and come down. But the issue with all of this compound, there's no other thing can hold or go on that. Because
what about her extravagant travels? She travels to places.
I come in there. So I make clarity on that. The issue with the compound you talk about, we need to do further investigation to know where it is. But when it comes to travel, we need to do background investigation. It said that all superintendents of Liberia or of Africa are going for that particular program. If it is yes, what are benefits? What are benefits? It is proving that superintendent of Liberia must participate. She must go. Yesterday in section, our speaker wrote a communication that I was asked by African Parliament to represent them. So I'm leaving. He got to go. Once the speakers of Africa have a conference and they ask him to be the spokesperson, with no alternative, but he will go. because we're not out of the world or Africa. We are part of it. If the superintendent of Africa or Liberia have been invited to grant an occasion, and you need to get delegate, she will go. But if no superintendent is invited, and she won't go by her private travel, and she go, she must use her own visa, she must use her own money, she must go. But I'm aware that before superintendent travel on such occasion that you will get delegate, it should be approved by the internal affairs that this person is participating in so thing. Maybe that solar energy, maybe that weather, that climate change, maybe that thing. It means she gotta go. She gotta go. So
Thank
before
you.
you speak on this thing, you must understand where is she traveling. Is that because somebody getting married, she went there? Is that because one of her brother want to marry to one white woman? That why she going there for? If it is so, her own explanation. If it is for climate change, that all superintendent need to be there, she will go. If it is for energy thing, she will go. That is the law. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable. Even though the question was not answered the way I like, but thank you. Thank you so much. The superintendent, I'm coming to my second question. The superintendent traveled to Japan, I think with more than 8 persons. Really Guanbe and the other folks, you just provided clarity that it's legal, So let's leave it as that. The second question, I will ask you a question related to law. Because you are a lawmaker, you are not an ordinary person. So every question I will ask you, it will have background in law. There is a doctrine in law they call nullity. In law, when we talk about nullity, it means when something is not done legally, it's null and void. That's why the doctrine of nullity is something that is not done through the procedures of law. It can be nullified. That's the doctrine. That's a rationale of nullity. Now, the very this local governance act that you made mention of, I think you cited the local governance act, time without number. Now, the very act says it outline it enumerates the procedure that should be followed for the superintendent to spend certain money. The act enumerates, procedures that must be followed. And it clearly says there should be non-counsel. There should be non-counsel to make the spending to be legal. But now, in the case of Nimba, all of the other counties in Liberia, they have non-counsel each. So every spending their superintendents are doing are legal because the money is being approved by the non-counsel men or women. So you get a civil society, you get the youth, you get the women organization. So you need to have non-member on the council. But with Nimba has seven members, and the disabled community is not represented, and one other group is not represented. We have 7.
Civil society.
Now the civil society and the disabled community not represented on the council to make it 9. So legally speaking, whatever code is spending, building this one, renovating this one, and she even had to capture Senator Johnson's burial in her workings. And the government made it very clear that they were taking full responsibility of Senator Johnson's burial. They were giving him state burial. But it's disgusting that Cole is even using Senator Johnson burial as something she spent money on, Nima money on. I mean, it's disgusting. But the real thing is, my real argument now is, under the law, there is a doctrine that says what is not legally done is not done at all. We're supposed to have non-person on the council to make decision. And if the non-person is available, and the non-council, the council is made up, and then when voting is done and 7 or 6 person vote, that's the time we'll be talking about quorum, to make action legal or not legal. But in a case where the council is serving, you have not 7 person on the council and 2 person missing, and Kong has been spending the money. How did she get the authorization? How did she get our legal authorization to spend money? And do you still believe that her actions are legal? In the
Okay,
absence of 2 persons?
let me say this to you. I must admit, since I enter, I'm not doing investigations to know that there's a 7 council instead of 9. That's the first thing I want to let you know. Now, to every law, the point of back the law. If there's a law in the local governing act that it should contain 9 council before dam is used, and could do that, she will be wrong. And I don't think she can do that. Because if 7 are working, my question to myself and to anybody is, why it says that the 2 are not represented? Is it that they are there and they don't want to work, or they didn't add them? And in our rules, when this you just explain happen in our rules in the capital bidding, it means you're right. That's what we got to tell. Why you make column right? Well, I said in our rules, listen now. I said in our rules, even you got 7 person on the committee, and 4 are present or 4 stand, automatically we approve it. You got 7 person on the committee and 4 stand, we approve it. It means it take the vote. Now, I'm not going to that rules to know whether the single rule apply. If the single rule doesn't apply, that's why we have equality team. Let me tell you one thing. You spoke of law. Law cannot see you walking and you and your friend making confusion. Yeah, arrest you and say we're not arrest you. Unless case come to the court. Court don't look for case. We as a lawmaker, we don't look for trouble. Unless there's a situation come to us. And you as a citizen who know this law, write communications to us that we need to invite the superintendent. One is back legally. We will. So the chief justice who said in the chamber, we don't know what they have been able to say I'll go arrest. No. Unless you walk to the chief justice or to the court, then the chief justice take action. Now, we as a representative, we don't look for trouble. And we as a representative, we're not loyal. That's why even when we made a law, we need a lawyer to interpret it. We don't make law and interpret the law. We make law by vote. After it becomes law, it allows the judges and the lawmaker to interpret the same law we made. It can hold. I was seeing things when we never had with vote when it becomes law that the judicial branch is taking action and acting upon. It can even hold on. We'll go against it. Now, as we speak, if you have a concerned citizen member, or you have a civil servant or anybody in NEMA, or even this platform, write up that we need to have 9 members. We got 7. What for? We'll invite you, invite the superintendent for hearing. And the superintendent will come with all legal backing. And you too will come with all legal backing. That's how we work as a leader. But we don't take things at face value. No. Because you say A, they are act on a no. So if you know that this is not right, you are a citizen of Liberia with all constitutional rights, and from NEMA, bring all the legal backing, bring her to our desk. We'll invite her. That's how the government works. But I am fully aware that God is one person who understands administration. And what she's doing, he might have legal backing to that. If you think you can all right, you come to her. We take it to that. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We've been here now for almost 2 hours with the honorable representative. Tomorrow he has session. You all know that. So we'll not be asking second round of questioning, but we are going to stay for the post analysis.
Tomorrow is a national holiday. Tomorrow is a national holiday.
Tomorrow national holiday.
My man, leave
Yes.
our lawmaker alone.
But you
Yeah,
don't show my bite now.
Yeah, so
My man, who are people? You're not having nobody to represent you. Your kinsman guy, your still one man from Ghana for you to be your chairman.
Argument,
No, you're not
argument.
doing it fair. No, I got
That
something. I got
argument,
something.
argument,
No,
argument.
not CDC. Not CDC. It's not about CDC. It's
No, I'm
about
talking
NIMA.
about. I don't
No,
tell
it's
you. I
not
don't
about
tell you.
CDC. It's not
I
about
don't tell
CDC.
you.
It's about
no,
NIMA.
he's
I
not
don't tell
talking.
you.
It's not
That
about
one that
CDC.
CDC argument,
It's not about CDC. It's about NIMA. It's not about
But why
CDC.
you
It's
saying
about
there's no
NIMA.
fight? There's no fight.
No,
Why you
we are
saying
not
it? There's no
fighting.
fight.
Honorable,
He
we are
got
not fighting.
something.
It's
Got
not about
something.
CDC. It's about NIMA.
Shadrach,
Okay?
No,
Moderator,
my
you
brother.
asked me today to
What?
wait. You
Why
asked me
you
today to
saying
wait.
there's no
Yeah, it's
fight?
not about
There's
NIMA.
no
Let's say it's not
fight.
about CDC. It's
Shadrach,
not about
There's no
CDC.
fight.
Shadrach,
The reason I said this, citizens can argue on issue that there's no fight. And that's what he's doing. Why you saying not true?
Shadrach will come to you, please.
Everything I
Shadrach.
say here came with facts. Everything
No,
I
That's
say
you
here,
now.
I
And
said it
I
with
say
facts.
you. Shadrach, I say you.
No, I am
Anybody
a
from
clinician.
Booyah
I am
on
a
the
part of a
committee?
whole.
Who from
I am
Booyah?
a part of
Who
a
for
whole.
chair
I
or
am
the chair? Who is chairing the committee from
So
Booyah?
that's why you
So,
don't know.
Lorena, let's go to you. Ask your two
Oh, yeah, no, no.
questions.
I am a part of a whole.
John, 1 second.
I'm a part of. I wanted to speak today, and you limited me. You told me to wait. You're not doing justice to me.
From Suage, who is Prince Johnson now used to move from here over there is the chairman.
To your second, 2 people in a journey too. That organize one thing that all we are doing that.
Madam Lorena, let's hear your two questions.
I think the host is saying the honorable Ben here said 9 o'clock is time.
But the honorable is not the honorable is not asking him that I want to leave. I'm getting late. The honorable is an intellectual.
So hold on
No,
now.
the honorable is an intellectual. And so he trying to the honorable is not telling him that I want to leave. This is about NIMA.
So can I say
Shadrach.
something to
This
you?
is about NIMA.
Shadrach,
Did the honorable tell you that he's getting tired?
So
DK,
Shadrach, you want
no
to hear?
speech about fatigue in the honorable. I thought you want me to escape. We are not discussing CDC. We are discussing NIMA. The honorable never told you that you want to leave. No. So why are you trying to default the show? Why are you trying to stagnate the progress of the show?
Shadrach.
One second now. Shadrach, the host and Sarah are in Kigali. It's almost 4 a.m. their time. So when we say some of those things, we don't want to just bring all the secret out. So when
but that's why I wanted to speak today, and you told me to wait, and then you tell me that there'll be no second round.
But
So it's an injustice to me.
Okay,
No.
He spoke 2 times today. He spoke 2 times. Yeah, my son, have a long conversation.
Let Lorena speak. Let Lorena speak before she can't deal with CDC.
Let Lorena speak. I want to hear from Lorena speak.
We will come
Because
to you after.
Me, I want to hear Lorena speak because I didn't keep conversation with her before.
Shadrach will come to you after Lorena. Please bear with us.
Okay.
Lorena, let's
Thank you. Thank you.
Your volume is really, really low. I don't know whether it's only from my end. No. Let me see what is going on here.
Mama, you sounding low.
Okay, go ahead now.
Can you hear me? Okay. So good evening to everyone on the panel, and good evening to our guests, Honorable Porto. I can call your name good. And thank all our followers in Radio Land and those on Facebook and YouTube. Want to say thanks for always following the show. So I want to say to the lawmaker, I'm impressed. because I always follow your setting, and since you join the house, there has never been a section that you are mute, and you are not saying anything. You have always been putting forth out there. And most of the things you talk, or if everything that you say, there are things that are logical, there are things that affect the man in Lugwatwood in the classroom that is teaching. And I've been teaching maybe for 8 years, and I've been paid on payroll, and maybe on nurse in Bedford Clinic or in Tikepa Health Center that is not put on payroll. So I want to say thank you, and I hope you continue, and I hope you continue to, speak for your people. And before then, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Health, the CSA, and the Ministry of Education, they have put a lot of volunteers, teachers, and health workers on payroll. So also want to say thanks to the ministries, both ministries, and the CSA for what they have started to do. And we can push more so that more people can get on payroll, because I know of a health worker who have been a volunteer for 11 years. And she doesn't go to the school to tell the people in the school, say, oh, my children need to be in school because I'm a volunteer. No, she has to pay money. So then, and I really don't have a question for you. I'm going to use my time to just make my point. Somebody say I'm on the county administration payroll. The other day I made a Facebook post and challenge every living thing in Liberia to prove that I'm on a payroll. I don't owe anybody explanation. I don't have to say it, but I'm saying it because I'm in a public space. So being a public space, anybody will want to kind of throw anything. If you keep quiet because you say, okay, let me get people interpret to be like, oh, it is truth. I challenge every living thing on this platform tonight, and every living thing living in Liberia and abroad, to prove that I, Lorena Kouseru Donke, I am being paid either as an employee, as a consultant, or maybe just not illegal money, but never can take people money. I dare anybody to prove that. I dare anybody, even $100 that I'm being paid. I challenge anybody. Anybody, every living thing, I challenge him. That's one. And number two, Shedra have been laying out some things that he said have been done in Lofa. So I know of two. And then even one of it, I wrote on my Facebook page, the difference between those who support the rescue mission and seditions is that when we see black, we say this is black. Sedition, when they say black, if they know what they say is black, we think it will not be good for them. They say, oh, that is crime. I wrote on my Facebook page, I said there's a need for the press secretary, the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of State to tell us about the project in Lofa. Because one person, people will say it's $10 million project. One person will say it's MRU project. One person will say it's $5 million project. One person will say it was just few staff from the Ministry of State that was doing it to pass the president. Different explanation they gave. So I wrote on my page, because I'm not a citizen, I'm not a sycophant. I said it is better for all these people to really tell the public, the whole public.
John, listen. Look, let me cut in there. Look, John, listen. In as much as we are on the show, let us respect one another. So you are not a sedition, you are not a sycophant. So you tell them listen now. So what are you going to say?
Shadrach, your time will be given.
You check my hall. I think you're not your marking hall. Okay, but when I ask that you want to create
no, listen, I agree with you, Madam Lorena. Please
don't do so.
Madam Lorena, take the sycophant back. I beg you. Sycophant is an
So
defense sycophant. No, defense sycophant.
Sycophant is insultive in human
coming.
nature.
I'm not a sycophant. What I say,
You
I
are
say
not
me,
a
I'm
physician.
put on my
You are not a physician. You are not a sycophant.
No, and then I say I'm not a seditious. I will see black
No.
and say
You said you are not a
no.
physician. You are not a sycophant.
You want to call it clear and play it? Do you call it clear and play it?
Lorena is talking, but leave the message going across. You can propose.
Shadra and Lorena, 1 second. Lorena, 1 second. Shadra, 1 second.
All these youngins, you have been talking against. I was talking. Oh, I don't stand up. Put myself on mute.
Lorena, 1 second now, Mama.
But I will not give you chance to talk.
Hold your phone. You talking your thing, Shadra, is disrupting you. You have to set. We have to set a boundary. We have to set a boundary. Shadra, anything somebody say about you here, Gion said you will have your time to respond. The next thing is, Lorena, we have a guest. Not because Koto our friend, Koto that representative. If we want to discuss anything for Koto to retire, that get to him, please. When we go with the honorable, we can go all after one another with everything. Yeah.
Koto, you have to wait to listen to me at least 1 minute before you go. Yeah.
I guess I'm on the phone and I can choose not to ask questions, but to use my time to erect check what all things have been discussed. So it's not strange. Even Honorable Larry came, I didn't ask question. Even the last time, what his name? The other contestant, I didn't ask question. Most often I do
Please
that.
profound. Honorable Patrick going low. Please continue. That's time we're looking at here.
So on the issue of the presidential villa in Lofa, I must have asked for questions, asked for answers. And that's what I said. The difference between seditions and rescuers is that sedition will see a white thing and say it's green because it's green that the people want to hear. And rescuer will DM it if it is not right. And then the issue of the football field schedule I've been measuring it tonight. I have asked, and that football field, it is not being built by government money. It is being built by Lofians. You know, we got our stadium in Ganta. Even our superintendent was even invited to the fundraising program. But she was not in country at the time. She sent her daughter to represent her, who even read the speech. I tried to download last Sunday to Nessa to send it, but I call him Darlington. We can usually download my video. I don't know what happening to him. I keep asking him, you're not sending it. But I will put in the chat, even if he give it to me tomorrow. So that project, it is not a government-funded project. So while it is true, I always say on this platform, we need to.
So Lorena, let me hold you there. Yeah, it sounds like your statement is not really directed to our honorable, and we want to respect his time. He's been here with us for a very long time, and we want to have this taste in your mouth that tomorrow he will be happy to come back here. So since your statement has nothing to do with him, asking him directly, let's try to get his parting statement. Shadrach, I know you say you have something to say.
Well, I have something to say. Question.
But yeah, now
I am not a guest.
Hold on,
I am not a guest. So everything you say is meant directed to me. I'm not a guest.
Shadrach, hold on now. Hold on.
But because that those things I'm trying to check and I usually do that. But it's okay, and you can go ahead. That's okay.
See, Lorena, I'm not saying you are not going to do that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we have our guest who has been here for a very long time. And your question has nothing to do, your statement has nothing to do with him. So out of respect for the honorable time, let's have him give his parting statement, he leave, and then we'll stay back to do our post-analysis. That's what I said. So Shadrach, I will give you 1 minute, just 1 minute, please, as the honorable, and then he will add that to his the man batteries are finished. Yeah, the man batteries are finished. Yeah. So
the man battery gone.
No, the battery not gone. Look, that's a Kuni escape tactics. We are all look, that's a Kuni escape tactics. Look, CEO. The CEO battery the lawmaker battery is not finished. We cannot have a lawmaker of district number 5. I ask you a question. How do you set the rudimentary dichotomy between Lofa County and Nima County in terms of development? Now, you have a district that overwhelmingly supported this government that does not have a single appointee. And you are the lawmaker from that district. You get me? And I asked you that question, then you're talking about RIA.
And you have UP people from the district at DK where then?
Yeah, and you discussing RIA role that George will pay for info. You have a lawmaker from district number 5 that schools in district number 5 in places like Nala and other places that does not have even benches, that students are sitting on background. When I last visited that area, there's a little girl there called Nere Kato that has an NGO they call Queen Nere. She has an NGO facing chairs for those students that sitting on background.
Hold on.
And a lawmaker from that district is discussing the role from Tabata to Grand Jida that has been paid for info. Okay.
Right. Here's the deal, though, Shadrach.
Okay.
Shadrach, hold on now. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. With all due respect, you ask your question, and he has his right to answer the way he wants to answer it. You cannot compel him to answer the question the way in which you want it to be answered. Right? You see, what's his name? Sarah asked him questions several times. He answered the way he wanted it to be answered. Sarah switched it. He answered. So you cannot get mad at him for answering as a politician. You just say you're a politician.
No, but CEO. Now, what I'm looking at, the reason he came on this show, we came to discuss the good of NIMA. You get me? NIMA is honor represented. NIMA is honor benefiting. We are not benefiting anything in proportion to what we put in. So I am discussing this, and he going to attack CDC. Oh, this is not a football player government. I am discussing. Look, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
So
okay. I'm coming.
Shadrach, hold on 1 second. So okay. So here's what we do. Again, for the sake of peace of our platform, we have our audience who are following us. We're not going to be here back and forth as if we're fighting. I know we are not. So you have your one question. The honorable got to go. We like it or not, he has to go. So ask your one question, and then Honorable Koto Kwaglu will add that to his partner statement. He will leave. He will answer those 2 questions, add it to a partner statement, and then we'll stay for post-analysis.
Good. Okay. So Honorable Kwaglu, I still maintain that I hold you in high esteem. I still maintain that. Now, I am not against Nima Kante money being used for Nima Kante purpose. No. I am not against distributing and facing our compound and other things with our money. I am not against that. Once it is done in the rightful way, I'm not against it. But this is what I'm saying. Nima Kante overwhelmingly voted for President Boycott. What Nima is benefiting, you as a lawmaker from district number 5, your district does not even have a single appointment from this government. Buyao does not have a single appointment for this government. There are students in Buyao that still sit on bench on breaks in Nala. To be specific, you said people don't speak with evidence, but I am speaking with evidence. There's a little girl in Buyao called Nere Kato. They call her Queen Nere. She is the one that have an NGO fitting benches for those people. I went there along with her. In Nala, students are still using rack to sit in classes, and you are the lawmaker. You are the lawmaker of a district that the government have not even faced a single breach from George Weah or the present. And your district gave the highest vote to this government. You are a lawmaker of. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. And this government is languishing everything in terms of development, employment to Lofa County. So I am only asking you to compare the development Lofa is receiving under this government to what Nima is benefiting. Please, I'm not discussing whether Nima or CDC came with football player. We are not discussing RIA role. I'm discussing Nima County, please.
Thank you so much, Honorable. I think you heard his question there. How Nima is benefiting your district is underrepresented. I want you to please, if you don't mind, answer his question and then give us your partner statement. Me, I want you to come back here all the time, so we got to make sure that.
So thank you. My phone.
Yeah, my phone didn't happen.
I think the lawmaker phone is giving you problem.
So, CEO, there is something called plausible deniability.
No,
you get me? You want to do something, but you want to find another excuse for it that you will not be held responsible.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. If he didn't want to do it first, he never would have agreed.
No, I'm a Catholic. We are politicians. We understand the political intelligence disco.
We
say Lorena, come on, you are saying something.
Lorena vanish, she going come on, she will not come. Discussing Germany, talking
CDC.
I don't talk to living sedition. I don't talk to living sedition. Okay, I talk to dead sedition. I don't do this, that.
Gentlemen, here's what I want all of us to know. Yeah, we have to be cognizant to the fact that we have followers, right?
Yeah.
You know, in the exchanging our ideology, disagreement, and all that stuff, we still have to know that we have people who have purchased their credit, sitting on their back all night. I think it's after 11, right? And Peking Sarah is here after I think 2 or 3. Our guest had to even leave, not guest, but the host had to leave because he got school. So let's try to keep it cordial. We can disagree, but I still believe that when our lawmakers come on here, we should accord them. I'm not saying anybody disrespected him, but we should accord them that due respect. Again, he didn't have to come. He's someone that is really, really accessible. He has been in the media lately. I reached out to him actually today, and he consented. He said, "I'm willing." So he's willing to come.
Yeah, we appreciate.
We accept his answers. I like the way we ask our questions, hard questions, and he has been here answering them. So, Shadrach, I think I will respectfully disagree with you that he's playing tactics. I think his phone is honestly giving him issues. But why he's away, we will just give our party statement. Cyrus, we'll start with you. I know your time is too late. We will start with you. You give your post analysis. Again, keep it very, very straightforward to the point. The honorable is back again. Let's see.
Yeah, tell the honorable goodness because we.
Hey, Sarah.
I love Saros, to be frank.
You want to take over because me, I'm not journalist. You forcing me to be journalist by force. We are on our the man forcing me to be journalist by force. So DK that said he went to journalism school, Peter Kwekwe school. He can't talk. What kind of type of
listen to the nearest school, Peter Kwekwe.
Peter Kwekwe school.
So man, I'll school down.
Not coming again.
Saros can propose.
Are we still bringing the honorable man back?
He's trying to log on.
I think he's
trying to log in, but I think his network is giving him problem.
Yeah.
Some phone when the batteries are low, the network will not pick up.
So to be frank, right? What is true, like Alvin said, what is true that we want the guests to answer our question the way we want it. We don't think for them. we don't think for them. That you don't say, okay, this is the response I want you to give me, and beyond that, he's our honorable, and so this guy is our honorable for Booyah. We'll do everything to protect our law.
Yeah, I'm honorable.
Yeah, we are honorable there for your district.
Yeah, I'm
honorable. It's late. It's after
12,
and the lawmaker is here because of Booyah. So when you're putting on a road there for your district, then we'll do that. But anytime our lawmaker come here, we'll protect him with our mind, our
but his answers are not in proportion to the benefit of Booyah.
But Shadrach, I can answer that question for you. The premises you lay that even was giving birth to your questions is dead on arrival.
Yeah.
The honorable is here. Go ahead, boss man.
My internet gave me trouble.
No,
but that gets Starlink. That's
Starlink, man. Yeah, but honorable, just respond to Shadrach. I don't know if you want me to. You still there?
Very honorable, Jack gave party statement. He telling us that Patrick having problem.
Yeah, okay, that the party statement that honorable Patrick facing problem. The next time he will come, no problem.
I mean, where we got a sedition there from on this show?
I'm very close. Listen to Saros. Jared, listen to Saros.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity once again. I listened to the big brother attentively. The Koto I used to know is not the same Koto speaking tonight. You see, when people grow up in honesty and they begin associating with certain people, they their their way of reasoning with things can be difficult. The Koto I used to know, even though I have never supported him in anything and I don't wish to do so, but he's somebody who is honest. He is honest, and at times I was even shocked when I heard of the incident in District 5 during the by-election when it was established that he Zapile and the other guy acted on his instruction to cause instability in the district. I felt disappointed because that's not a culture I used to know. You know, right now you listen to him as he tried to defend things that are not lawful, things that are not in the interest of our people. And the reason I made mention of variance, he will say one thing, and in split second he will go to say another thing. It can be contradicting, and they were most of the things he said were not corroborating. You know, they were conflicting, and he tried to defend some of these things. I will urge him as a citizen of Nimba. He's a good big brother. I will urge him to try to be honest as much as possible, regardless of who his truth will affect. I mean, the right way to leadership is to be honest, is to be sincere to yourself. When you are sincere, you know, people can begin to open up to work and stuff like that. But the honorable is struggling because he's transitioning from truth telling to defending lies, to defending, you know, all sort of things. He's struggling with it. I feel for the big brother. As I listen, I feel for him. How will you say somebody should make complaint, citizens should make complaint against Cole, and you the same person will come by and say Cole is acting in a confines of law. So what becomes of the complaint you say we should write when you already rendering judgment? So I mean the big brother is struggling a lot. He should forget about this partisan approach to be the cut off people know. It's not good to behave the way he does. You know, as a young man, you see, power. The last time I said power has its own way of changing people. The big brother has not even spent, let's say, 3 months in the legislature, and the big brother has changed. Why are you defending something that is illegal? The money. The reason I kept asking questions about our money, the money is for Nimba, you know, and misappropriation has affected somebody. The records are there. There is something in law they call terry disasters. Now, if we go to court, will be pleading on the doctrine of terry disaster. The same way they could rule against Brownie because the cases will have the same scenario. Brownie misapply money that belonged to institution, and then he was convicted and he lost his seat, his elected seat as a result. Now we have a superintendent who carries out extravagant travel, and he had to say, what if she was invited? I did not say Cole should not travel. I said, why is he traveling the prime minister? Why is she traveling with 10 to 15 persons? On whose money is she traveling? And the very local governance act he keeps making mention of, the act says there should be a 9-man council, you know. So the 9-man council, we have 7. 2 persons not available, but he's still doing business. And he tried to give an analogy that the legislature can do business with 2/3. That's a different scenario. The legislature is doing business with 2/3 because the legislature has 73. The 73 that is constitutionally established. The 73, if members of the legislature of the lower house are not available, now you can do your business with 2/3. But I'm saying the act says 9-man council. You have 7. So the 7 the operating way is everything they are doing is null and void. That's the law. And time will come, it might not be this government. Time will come, Kwan will be facing justice.
Thank you.
She will go to jail for some of these things, taking NEMA money, using NEMA money, building immigration hub, building presidential palace. Joseph Barker wants to sleep in a nice place. He has money. He can use the money to sleep in a nice place.
Thank you,
Thank
Cyrus.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Comrade.
But yeah, I know, great point there. But I think what the honorable said there was in regards to the 9-man council and the action of the other two. To be fair to him, he said he was not aware of it. He didn't know that they had only 7. So he said he was not aware.
There was no reason for the man to keep quoting the law when he's not occurring with the law. So it was not necessary.
Thank you, Cyrus. Thank you so much. I just want to point that out. So
yeah, let me make my 1 or 2 cents. I want to 98% agree with my Elena colleague, Sarah Dankwan, especially when it comes to the operation of NEMA Local Governance Act. Again, should I 100% blame the local governance of Liberia? No, I would say no. I want to blame those who wrote that law because they copy and pasted it from America to Liberia, and we are not yet ready for that. So the fact that the Local Governance Act calls for election of local governance official that include the superintendent, the city mayor, all of these people should be elected. But then you having the president appointing these people, and according to the law that also create the ministers and the deputies, the cabinets, that gave the authority to the president to appoint them, it also says that the president has the will and pleasure to also, sack these people at any point in time. So if this superintendent is appointed by the president, the superintendent will work for the president will and pleasure. Now, we as NEMA County receiving 1.5 million every year, and our money keep going to different projects and initiatives that does not belong to the county, then it becomes problem. I want to believe that the project that we are undertaking currently, these are all good projects. But are we crediting the government of Liberia that tomorrow they will pay us because we painted the superintendent compound? Are we crediting them that money, or we just doing it because we want to do it? And the reason why you see states in the US today operate without national budget is because they have resources, they have all of the facilities, and they also have investment that bring in investment return. Like you put 1 million in this project, and in the next 5 years, you will get something from that project. But what I say we are doing in NEMA, you have Lake Tida down there. Lake Tida is a very good tourism site. Nobody thinking of that. Every time they come, they say something different, contrary, and there is no return on investment on all of the money we're getting. 1.5 million every year, that's huge. But again, Liberia, that's why it is. I want to stop here for now.
Yeah, and then before we go to the other panels, again, I'm going to place devil's advocate here. I know you guys will not like that, but another thing you said that was, and I think I skimmed through the whole Local Government Act just briefly, and what I saw there, what I can say for certainty is there's a lot of power. There are a lot of power that they gave to the superintendent, a lot of power that they gave to her from that Local Government Act that also exclude the current lawmakers from chiming in, from making input. She got a lot of power there that I saw in that too. I think he mentioned something about that, and he said, again, I'm not backing him or I'm not speaking for him. He said something about the one thing that they are going to do is next time, I think he said next year or the next budget, they will try to revisit that to see how they can edit it or audit it or something to that effect. But he mentioned something like that. I still also agree with all of you. I'm not a big fan of the way it's being run, but in all fairness to him, he's new to the place. God been there less than I don't know how many months, right? He's speaking out. He's trying to learn. He's trying to get grip of these things. But again, he's putting on his partisan hat. Like Sarah said, he's trying to defend certain things. But I still believe the fact that he's not aware that 9-man council has to be there, and we are currently operating only on 7, and he admitted to that. That also tells you that he's still learning. He's not well according to the fact. So I don't think he should be speaking about it, but he chose to do it. and we have to go by it. But overall, I think there's a lot of things that need to be done. I'm not a fan of the way it's being run. I'm not a fan of the individual.
But you defending your district.
Another breaking news is that the superintendent is currently in Brazil with at least 6 person delegation.
Yeah. So I'll step for now. You can go
trying with Nima money. All of
I don't know. The last when we say government fail, we do not refer only to the president. When George Weah was in power, they say he was traveling with all of the delegates. Now it is not only president. It's not only President Joseph Imam Baga that is traveling with all of these people. The superintendent does that. Why would you be going for a counted, visitation and you carry 6 person with you, carrying journalists, carrying chef, carrying all these people? I mean, she's my very good big auntie.
You say how many people?
6 person currently in Brazil. It is to my knowledge that one of them is one of our colleagues, a female journalist. I don't know what she went for. I don't know what is the purpose of the trip. I don't know. But I know that the superintendent is currently in Brazil.
Okay.
Okay. So, John, for my closing, I really want to thank every one of us. The show wasn't ready by, and while it is true the guest came from your district, and I know DK how to protect him by all costs, but sometimes you have to give us chance to also say the hard truth to these people. Okay?
Shadrach,
yeah.
Before you continue, you're from Doki's quarter in San Nicolas. Nya Flomo is your representative. Nya has not appeared on this platform. We gave you that initiative to invite Nya on here.
Okay, no problem. We invite Nya. But you see, Jay, to be frank, okay? I don't want us to be so political when it comes to the issue of Nimba. Let us be real. But everything he was saying, you overheard him. He was typically pontificating. You ask the young man one question, and he's dangling, jumping from this place to this place. And I see it as an injustice to Nimba. To be frank, the CDC you're referring to, Unity Party is running on the legacy of CDC. It was stated by Boykai, His Excellency. Okay, the purple agenda we said according to Baga, that was the purple agenda they were going to follow. Okay, the harmonization we started is the same harmonization they're continuing. The airport road you were mentioning is something that CDC pay for in full. The Tapeta to Grand Gila road he mentioned is something that CDC pay for in full. But we are discussing what is Nimba benefiting from the national cake. And then you bring it in, CDC president play football in Brazil, CDC president, what is that? What relevant has that to do with? Okay, I agree. He went to Brazil and watched football for 40 years. He did it. But compare his development in Nimba to what he did in Grand Cru. Compare his development in Nimba to what he did in Cape Mount. Compare his development in Nimba with all his lackadaisical attitude. Compare his development in Nimba to what Waka's administration is giving to Lofa, with all what Lofa or Nimba did for this government. That's what I'm saying. The most populated district in Nimba that gave Waka over 80% of the vote for Nimba Buya does not have a single appointment. And a lawmaker from that area. No, DK, don't shake your head.
Chaja, don't do that. We have appointed official from Buya.
Nimson.
Prince Johnson, taller than for our district.
No, DK, name the appointed position you have.
The man say I told you.
No, I mean, no, DK, name the appointed position you have. I know you're faking your shares, but fake your shares and name the appointed position you have.
You just said there's none. You just said
there's none. Name.
Prince Johnson daughter. I said to neighbor.
I've been no driving. Okay, I submit here. I'm close for the owner.
Okay, thank you. CEO Junior, DK. I just want to say thank you to you, CEO. For anyone from Nimba County who believe in accountability, who believe in integrity, the way called Mape Gono Soup 24 is spending the Nima County people money. When you think about it, it can creep your skin. This woman doing every project, single source. The people then are winning the contract. They are directly controlled by her. It is not even, she is not even accountable to the legislative caucus. There is no county authority. Whether she is following the PPCC process to award those contracts, it is simply because she in good rapport with Flotoma and GDP Kun. So she goes to Nima County to lead the people of Nima County. Once you get Flo and VP Kun support, I can spend the money any kind of way. I can travel with anybody. People that all of those travels that she is making, she is not using her own funding. She is using the funding of the people of Nima to project her political future, her political capital. And I think it is at the detriment of the Nima people. But how will be many people talk? Many young people today in Nima County, they are very much spanless because they depend on Flotoma contract. They depend on the superintendent one way or the other. She is paying a lot of media group. So there is no way that you will see any media people reporting anything on her, even if they see the wrong thing, because almost all of the radio stations, they depend on floor current to broadcast. And if they continue, they will not be able. They depend on the superintendent money. So when you hear people then like Senator Samuel Koga then saying, and Larry Yanko then saying the media in the county who should be the watchdog and watching the entire society and monitoring what is going on to be able to blow alarm or to serve as whistleblower. They are compromised. These are facts. Soup 24 is not proceeding rightly. If you check within just 2 years, the woman has spent more than any other soup in the history of Nima. The money that she has spent more than 5 million in Nima. And it is very much scary the way the woman is proceeding. But how BA is to rescue almost everybody in the entire government. They are partisan. They are even betrayed the district that even voted them with the highest number, Booyah. They don't even look at the sons and daughters of Booyah who have been supporting the Unity Party over the years. Even the Senator Johnson from there who ensured that Bouaka is president, they are not even looking at him to settle issues in a family. They don't have one person from his family who is on the feasting. It is very much unprecedented. Government play a historical town from Nimba that have their tradition. You have one money eater who want to be presiding on every budget of one Swagly. Who here, Prince Johnson, never even used to move for 2 minutes. There will be confusion. He is the one heading. The Secretary General is outside of Booyah. The co-chair is outside of Booyah. This government is just telling the people of Booyah that we don't look after your children and we don't take them to be nothing in decision making. And we believe, we from outside of Booyah, we believe, and we are sons of Nima, we believe that it is wrong to the people of Booyah. People will not celebrate you, vote for you in their numbers, in their thousands. Their sons and daughters were sitting now in America spending money. People there like DK where they were spending their money, their raw cash, to their people to ensure that to take the CDC that was doing 100% for the people of Nima to take them.
Thank you. You want to chip in there?
Who, me? Yeah. So, gentlemen, again, we in trouble in the sedition. We just have to be strong. The man want to tear all the oil apart. But
Suma mo to ne Shadrach coming in position, man. Suma mo you come see.
This is thanks to all of you. Thank you for all the sacrifice we all continue to make for this platform. I must appreciate all of you. You know, one thing about this platform, every day you come here, those are all who were here from the beginning. Somebody will call. Like one people I know will call me all the time, say, "Oh, you're afraid of Kun, eh? You're sitting down there to be talking for Kun." Then when they see this and then they will call, "Oh, you're established a platform." So people will be hitting on the vice president. Now, I'm a member of the Unity Party. So I will be here and somebody hit on my vice president. But when there's issue that we need to discuss professionally and disagree to agree, we all have to do that, for which we continue to do. The issue about the superintendent, again, I want to give it to my lawmaker that Alvin did. I think he's new. When he settled in, he will go through some of those documentations to make at least an informed decision. But nobody should tell me, and nobody in their reasonable mind to say there are schools in Lima that children are sitting on the bare floor and someone feel renovating commissioner compound is important than renovating school. The commissioner work for us, the people. So why you prioritize commissioner than children that go to school that the commissioner work for? Why somebody want to renovate superintendent compound when there's no rules to bring pregnant women to the closest medical
I
center?
expected you to talk all that when she was here. Let's say when the lawmaker was on the show.
So yes,
Okay.
Sandra, we were 10. When my question got done, they had to go across the room.
Nobody, you got no permission from anybody to speak on the show.
He left it for this time. So let him do a
Yeah,
he left it for this time. Let him speak. Let him speak. Let's listen to him.
So again, we'll be here tomorrow. I give it.
Amen.
Thank you. So again.
But again, we're not here to please you.
What?
Way you get opinion, we do our opinion.
It has been a great show to announce our guest for tomorrow. We'll be having the late Senator Johnson daughter, Deba Johnson, will be our guest here tomorrow.
You said Deba or Inja?
Inja Johnson will be our guest on the show tomorrow, and we'll be discussing the feast of their father. Are they aware of the feast? What is happening to the family? Are they in court? Because everything has been rumors. She will be answering all of those questions here tomorrow on the show. And on Friday, we'll be hosting Chairman Moluba Molu, will be our guest on Friday on the show. It has been a wonderful discussion with all of you tonight. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Friday, Molu is coming.